Airtel India Esports Tour continues its quest to find best esports athletes. The party has reached Northeast India with the Northeast Esports Summit. Two new esports titles, Clash of Clans and FreeFire, 4 qualifiers, 1 grand final, prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees, a golden opportunity to rank up on the national leaderboard of India's best esports athletes. Northeast, are you ready? Qualifier 1 registrations from 14th to 26th October. The serene land of diversity and charm is set to witness the celebration of esports. 8 states, 1 voice. The Northeast Esports Summit is calling. 2 big titles, Clash of Clans, FreeFire. Compete in 4 online qualifiers to reach the grand finals. Prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees. Registrations open from 14th October onwards.
Hello and welcome to Northeast Esports Summit by Nodwin Gaming. Certainly hope you're doing great and having a wonderful weekend. This is a wonderful, beautiful adventure that, of course, is all being presented by Nodwin Gaming, along with which, of course, it is powered by Airtel India Esports Tour. And indeed, the energy being provided, it is none other than Red Bull that is providing us the wings to get through this. With that, let's quickly get started with the final day of Qualifier 2. I'm your host, Blotto. Joining me on the analyst desk, it is none other than Fixes to talk more about the games. Morning, mate.
Yeah, I mean, starting things off with the finals of COC. You know, 2 different teams from different states. They've been playing amazingly well yesterday.
Oh, yes.
You know, getting those few 3 stars. Well, if you talk about the boys from Manipur. So, you know, the thing that was their opponents were not that well prepared. They got a few 1 stars. It was a very convincing victory, rather.
Yes.
But today is going to be a completely different case because you have to be at your best game. You have to show your A game forward today.
Absolutely do, because after all, when you talk about the prize pool, when you talk about the entire saga of Northeast Esports Summit, it is just Qualifier 2 right now that we're in. You're looking at 3.5 lakh INR. That is the massive prize pool that both the games combined are going to be sharing. And indeed, what is the second game? That is FreeFire. That shall take place later. But right now, as Fixes mentioned, you're talking about the finals in COCs, where indeed Assam Elites are going to go against Manipur Esports. And yesterday, if you're going to talk about the star, these were the 2 teams who were just delivering those 3-star performances.
Absolutely.
Incredible turn of events. But indeed, today is the day where once again they step into a BO1 arena. And whoever gets away is going to be, of course, moving on along for the grand final itself.
And yeah, even whoever, you know, loses over here does not really matter, can really come away, you know, in the next qualifiers. And I'm really excited to see what is going to happen today.
Boy, oh boy. I mean, certainly, like I said, it is just Qualifier 2 that we're in right now. There's still Qualifier 3 and 4 remaining. But, you know what? Why not we just showcase the entire format rather than me explaining it to you? So let's quickly roll the format video.
The Northeast Esports Summit by Nodwin Gaming is a dedicated esports championship for Northeast with a prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees. The tournament has Clash of Clans and FreeFire in its lineup of games. The tournament format is fairly simple. There will be 4 qualifiers for both games, and the team securing the top spot in the qualifiers final will earn a slot in the grand finals. Now let's take a look at the format for each game. In Clash of Clans, first, the registered teams will compete in qualifiers. Each qualifier will have 128 slots. This will be a 4-day affair, with the 4th day being the qualifier finals. All matches will be played in a single elimination best-of-1 format. The winner of each qualifier will advance to the playoffs. The 4 teams will play best-of-1 semi-finals, and the preceding 2 teams will play best-of-3 grand finals to clinch the championship title. Now moving on to FreeFire. The registered teams will compete in the qualifiers. Each qualifier will have 400 slots. The qualifiers will be a 4-day affair, with the 4th day being the qualifier finals. Each qualifier will have 3 rounds. After round 3, a total of 12 teams will reach the qualifier finals in each of the 4 qualifiers. The qualifiers final will be played in a best-of-5 format, out of which top 3 teams from each qualifier will earn a slot in the grand finals. The grand finals will have 12 teams competing in best-of-12 format to earn the title of FreeFire champions at Northeast Esports Summit. Qualifier 1 registrations from 14th to 26th October. For detailed information on dates and prize pool, visit anysummit.nodwingaming.com. The Grand Finals are set to take place on 5th and 6th December, and all games will go live on Airtel Extreme and YouTube and Facebook handles of Nodwin Gaming.
Wow, 128 slots.
Wow.
That is just incredible. And amongst them, you have to keep on grinding, but where does the energy come from? Once again, it certainly for me is going to be Red Bull, mate. I mean, this thing just gives you wings in certain level that you cannot comprehend. Once you're on that high,
Yeah.
it is a completely different rhythm. But then again, the question is going to be, is Assam Elites going to be bringing that rhythm, or is it going to be Manipur Esports? Hashtag any summit, let us know. But again, going back into the conversation and talking about yesterday's games,
Yeah.
what do you expect, Success?
You know, I really expect those first few attacks to be very crucial. Whoever gets that lead over there, whoever gets the momentum, I believe the victory will be his.
Right.
Both these teams, I would say, are evenly matched up. And we have to see as the game goes on what it really is the outcome. Because you never know. We haven't seen them in the past.
Right.
These are two completely new teams that have been coming. So, you know, I've come with a blank slate. I really want to see what these two teams have to offer.
Boy, oh boy, absolutely. The pressure couldn't have gotten any higher indeed when you talk about, like I said, the prize pool 3.5 lakh. But amongst that, when you talk about just the COC itself, you're looking at 1,30,000. That's the exclusive prize pool for the segment of Clash of Clans. Now, talking about the game itself, talking about the gameplay from yesterday itself, Assam Elites, they brought in three wonderful 3-star victories. That came in from Professor, that came in from Gohain, again, the names, the pronunciations, I do apologize, I do not know the exact pronunciation, but boy oh boy, the game just shines. And for that, I hope Manipur Esports today is ready. I don't know, I mean, hashtag any summit once again. Do let us know what your thoughts are going to be for this game. But yeah. Talking about Manipur Esports, nothing taken against them, but Manipur Esports, somewhere along the line, it felt as if their gameplay, yes, it was on par compared to the other teams, but a little shy of when it comes to the high percentage damage, when it comes to 3-star victories, because they only had that one 3-star.
Yeah, you know, see, this is still the early phases, Lakshay, to be honest, because we are venturing into uncharted territories. This is a land which comes with a lot of talent, with a lot of promises. So it's just those early days, you know, to really come into speculate. Had we seen them, you know, for like 3-4 months, then we would have had a slight idea as to how they were approaching.
Right.
So considering the fact that both these teams are new, and you always tend to have your days, you know, every day you do not really wake up on the right side of the bed. So let's see. I'm pretty sure Manipur will do some amazing things today.
Well, as long as I've got this right next to me, I kid you not.
For calorie conscious people, you've got the sugar-free one.
Hey, there you go. With that, it is time to get busy with the game. Let's quickly throw it to our casters, get this game started.
Hello everybody and welcome to qualifier number 3 of the Northeast Summit. I'm so excited today because we have, of course, this is qualifiers 2. I'm so excited already and I think it's 3. Yesterday, of course, we had a fantastic day of Clash of Clans, and over there, of course, our 2 semi-finalists made their way to the finals. And today, the first game for today is going to be the finals. We saw Assam Elites do a fantastic job. Of course, their team that's going to be going under them, I must say, they do feel like underdogs today. Joining me, of course, I do have Ocean. How are you doing today and what are your thoughts on today's matchup?
Well, thank you very much for the introduction. I'm pretty good. But yeah, just like you said, Assam Elites versus Manipur Esports, right? Those two names, they showcase amazing talent. So today, it's going to be the battle that, you know, forms up everything and that ends the previous things that actually happened. The mistakes, as we always talk about, you know, the mistakes that were made should not be made right now. So it all comes down to new beginnings and maybe new endings as well today.
And if I got to ask you, I mean, you know, when we saw Assam perform yesterday, they had 3 3-star victories. And ladies and gentlemen, if you have missed out that game, you can definitely check it out. It was fantastic to even cast. We were nail-biting to that very end. But I got to ask you, I mean, are you expecting 3-star victories? Maybe from Assam Elites, yes. But from their opponents today, because yesterday they did struggle to even get that first 3 stars for themselves.
I would say I am expecting from them as well, because, you know, they have learned, like they have also seen the stream, they've also seen their bases, and also they have learned like what should be done and what should not be done, how it should happen, how it should not happen. Talking about all those players, right? I mean, there's one player that I know will be making its mark in the Airtel India Esports Tour as well. That's going to be Professor. Come what may, this guy knows how to teach the stuff.
Yeah, I see a very correlation between that
Yeah.
name and you. I mean, to a certain extent, if anybody who doesn't know, you were a math teacher before this, and I'm looking to know the attack damage by the end of the game from your side, just to know the difference. But everybody sitting at home, if you already know who's going to be taking this game or you're supporting one of the players or the teams, go hashtag Northeast Summit, any summit, and let us know your thoughts. Of course, the game is going to start really soon, and we're mostly going to see Assam Elites open the war. Now, talking about strategies a little bit, I have seen a lot of ground attacks coming up from their side.
Yeah.
They find it super comfortable to play that attack. We've hardly seen a lot of lava loon combinations, but every time they have been played, we've got 100% victory on those. And on the other side, when you look at the air attacks, you've seen about 30% air attacks come out
Yeah.
from most of the players, and the super witches have been about 10%. Are you seeing a similar ground attack today? Because I really feel that they don't have the best outcome compared to air attacks.
I would say somehow yes, because the hybrid Hogminer combination, you have a pretty good thing for that. That's the queen opening, right? You just place the queen on one side, use a balloon as well, just to get out those hidden areas and all hidden Teslas and whatnot. So you get a good opening with those attacks. But if you're talking about air attacks, the major thing is battle blimp, how you actually use it to get inside the base to destroy one compartment or two maybe, and after that is when your main push comes. So it comes down to these two things, the initial planning of those two attacks. So I mean, it depends. Your air attack might just fail on a very good base, and your ground attack might just go pretty good on a very hard base as well. It all comes down to how you actually, starting with everything.
Absolutely, and it also comes down to the fact that some players are very, very good at certain attacks,
Yeah.
but sometimes if the base is not really designed for those kind of attacks, they fail. So I hope today the players have gone back to the drawing board. They've understood the kind of bases that really work well with their attacks, and they go ahead and execute just those. Also, a few things that we did see yesterday were the fact that they were not attacking the right kind of defenses,
Yeah.
and today I hope to see something better than that, because those Inferno towers, they seem so tiny on the map, but the way they do the damage causes so many problems. Execution needs to be on point. We're going to start here with Assam Elites. Professor going to open the scorecard here for the team. Best of luck to both the teams, of course. Let's see what they have in store for us. It's going to be a ground attack come air attack. We see 2 lava loons into this, so 25 balloons and 2 lavas, and of course we have 3 headhunters. Our Professor very, very confident in this attack. Let's see how he really shows this up against Manipur Esports today.
We'll have to see as of now. Professor, he is ready for a 3-star, but well, the opening sounds a bit decent. I would say not the best as of now, because he's going for a proper lava loon attack, just like we discussed as of right now. In the central compartments is where spells and all were being used, as we just saw. But then now it comes down to the hero's walk, as we can see Royal Champion, the ability being pushed out as well, and that is where compartments, all the defensive areas in the compartments were going down. So now it just comes down to Barbarian King as well, as he gets dropped up as well. Right now, I won't say it's a good time to use any other ability, because Royal Champion just went down, so it's down to King and the Queen, as they will be having each other's backs for the starters.
Absolutely. Assam Elites, yesterday Professor did perform. He was able to close those 3 stars, just like 2 of his other teammates. If he's able to do it today at the starting, at the first attack, it's going to really set the pace here for Assam Elites. He's going to send out a wall breaker there. Nice ice golem coming out there, going to be freezing that area. Meanwhile, the wall breaker making that required path there for the Archer Queen onto the sidelines. Of course, the Barbarian King taking down the remaining outside troops. But meanwhile, now the Archer Queen, she needs to enter that funnel, and she's not been able to do that yet. So she's going to be going to the second funnel. Now, knowing that, Professor going to be sending out another wall breaker. The Archer Queen getting into that first area. Nice freeze coming out there from the Ice Golem. Easy Town Hall take coming out here for Professor. And meanwhile, the defensive CCs are going to get propped, and that means the ability is going to be deployed here for the Barbarian King. On the backlines, of course, we do see a defensive Archer Queen, and she's going to be a little problematic. Remember, there are no healers behind this Archer Queen, so that's a huge cause of concern. Onto the west side, of course, which is this Stone Slammer. It's made its way into the base area. The balloons are going to be joining the fun. You also see the minion horde coming in there at the S Keeper. A little bit troublesome over there, but after all said and done, I think Professor is doing pretty fine.
As of now, yeah, he's doing pretty fine, but look at this. Now balloons, it comes down to all the balloons as per se, and that's where it all might just go around. I mean, we can see a few of the defensive units as well. Inferno Tower trying to take down the Lava Hound as well, as and if it just falls down, that's where Lava Pups will be forming up right about now, and yes it is, as now Lava Pups will be doing immense damage, but look at the balloons on one side as they are being taken down as well. This attack started off pretty good, but now it just comes down to heroes, a few Yetis, and minions just trying to clean up everything. So not the best of the start, I would say, for the overall attacks, because this might just end on a 74, 75%, and maybe, just maybe, might just barely touch 80 if it just goes down to that, but not more than that.
it's interesting to see. I think Manipur Esports somewhere they have modified their base from yesterday. I do feel a few changes have occurred, which is causing Assam elites to not really realize the point of contact that they really wanted to make into this first attack. Somewhere Manipur Esports going to be happy about this. They were expecting the least of 3 to 3 star performances coming out here from Assam elites, and with this first attack not ending at the best note, I do see them starting on the good side. And I must say, I am hoping that they win because they did struggle yesterday, but it all comes down to how much work you put post that struggle for your next attack. So I'm looking to see what they really do there. But this, of course, qualifier two. This is the finals of this, and it's a very important day, ladies and gentlemen. One of these teams are going to be moving into the finals. The second team, of course, who does not make it through, they can definitely take part in qualifier 3 and qualifier 2. Hoping to see them make it also into the finals. But of course, Manipur Esports, now that they've seen this happen, do you think they would reply with a similar attack, or what are you expecting from them now?
Now this time I'm expecting a 3-star start from this team because yesterday they could not do it, but now if they can stop us some elites at a 75% 2-star, then they are capable of much more greater things, and that's where I would say I might just want to see them having a 3-star start. And Tony Boy is going to be the one who's going to be using a Yeti Smash combination right now and is doing a really early start with heroes onto one side. As we can see, Queen just out there and doing a lot of damage with the help of a baby dragon onto the other side, and this is where the opening is coming up. Expo might just go down as of now, and an early siege barrack drop as well. This will be activating quite a lot of troops as well, and in the center, that's where CC is. I want to see what troops and how do they lure those troops from CC side.
Absolutely. And Tony Boy, this is the interesting thing for this base where the Eagle Artery is in one chamber. So if he's able to take that one unit down really early on, that could be really helpful for him. Because of course he's going to be deploying a race down to the Arctic, which is pretty low on health. They've got to be a little careful here. The ability almost being deployed, but is going to be surviving for a little while longer. But that Inferno Tower, I must say, causing so much chaos here for the side of Tony Boy, and the ability finally going to be deployed there. The defensive CC are going to get property. We'll see a poison also getting used up by Tony. Good positioning. He's smashing his way through with the Yeti. He wants to enter that central compartment, but they're not turning towards that Eagle Artery, and that means there's going to be quite a bit more splash damage getting done there on his remaining units. 47% damage, and he still has the 2 minutes on the clock, but he needs to be really careful because if there's one thing about the Yetis, they stick together, but they also die together. Meanwhile, on the sidelines, we also see the Royal Champion. He's going to be entering that side compartment just to make sure he can take down that second Inferno Tower, but I have worries now for Tony because that Eagle Artery, it's not being taken down, and that's going to be some terms of concern. But finally, he's going to be sending 2 balloons now to do the damage for him. Nice trees getting deployed there. They're going to make it in time. Just plop onto it. Going to be enough, I think, to take this down. Another big charge coming out there from the Eagle. The final charge before it takes a fall there. And this seems to be again working in his favor. He has all his heroes alive, which is brilliant news. The Grand Warden, everybody in his circle. The Royal Champion taking some extra damage. Finally, you see the ability getting deployed by him. 1 minute 4 seconds left on the clock, just 15% damage left. Tony Boy on the right path here to get the 3 stars today.
Already a 3-star attack is what it is, seeming right now. One hero takes up a fall, but that doesn't concern him as of now. As you can see, Headhunter's moving as well. In the meanwhile, Grand Warden is doing everything onto his own sides, and with the time remaining, I would say there's nothing at all to worry about in this one, as Queen and Grand Warden are doing everything that they can in order to convert this into a 3-star. And first attack from Manipur Esports today, just as we were expecting and just as we were saying, this turns itself into a 3-star attack, and that's where the pressure comes up. Overall, Assam Elites has a 15% percentage right now, but now with Manipur Esports getting that 20% and 1 extra star, it puts them on a very good spot.
Absolutely, and Manipur needs this because Assam turns the tide with just 1 attack. Every single attack needs to be turning into a 3 stars.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, when we have stars that are evened out, that's when we look at the attack damage. And when we look at the attack damage and that's also evened out, that's when we look at attack time. Now, when we look at Tony's attack, all the 3 things made sense. He had enough time on his side, his attack damage was on point, and he had those 3 stars. So overall, his team is going to be really happy. But can they continue this role? We'll find out very shortly. For now, of course, we're going to have the next attacker here from Assam Elites. Interesting combination combination. He's going for a hybrid Hawk Miner. He also has 2 balloons in his arsenal. He's also added a Giant. And we look at Joy's base here. It's quite complex and open. So I do find this attack could work in his favor quite well. For now, he's going to start his attack there from the north side. You're going to see the baby dragon just being dropped to the map. A quick balloon just to make sure if there were any hidden traps around, they could just be dealt with. 5% damage has already been done, which is a good start here. Now it comes down to how he wants to start his Archer walk, and from which side he's going to go ahead from the east side over there. You do see her making her entrance with the healers, of course, joining her pretty soon just to create that required funnel. Once the funnel is done and he's taken about 30% of the space, he can then go ahead and start his hybrid combination.
I mean, as of now, the most important thing for a hybrid combination is an opening, and that's where Queen always just comes up. A quick rage being deployed out there, and that is a very good thing, because with this one rage, I would say Queen can at least take down one compartment on her own, and that's where she is going up right now, you know, taking down the opening. I mean, obviously, there are other things as well, as we can see, but Wall Breaker just moving in. No, it just goes down on its own as well, but now comes down the Headhunter as well, as it is going to be fighting the Royal Champion onto its own side, and the Royal Champion takes up a fall as well from the defensive side. Now comes the X-Woman air defense will be going down. CC troops have been lured out as well. One Lava Hound coming down from the defensive side, but nothing taken away, as onto the other side is where King is marching towards the destruction.
I mean, that was a little sad. She did send out 2 headhunters. The first one just got annihilated because of that expo, but the second one, of course, taking out that Royal Champion on the north side. Now you do see that's where the pressure is going to be hitting. You see the Grand Warden there with the Royal Champion entering that Inferno Tower compartment, a very important compartment. There are a lot of defensive units over there, but at the same time, when you look at the south side, that's where the Eagle Artery is, and somebody needs to get into that chamber. For now, this Archer Queen MVP still alive, 50% damage already done on the board. She's taken down about 30 by herself. Nice Freeze getting deployed there onto the north side. Another compartment with ease taken down there, but meanwhile, now the problems start. He's got 2 stars in his favor. The units are a little separated. They got to be a little careful because they need to be in the Grand Warden's aura, because nobody yet has made it to the Eagle Artery chamber. But now the Archer Queen, she is heading towards that. A few more shots onto that could be very important. 70% damage on Assam Elise, looking to convert this into a 3 stars. They have the time. Can they really do this? Because they have the healers, they still have the Grand Warden. One hero, make that just one hero alive. And Assam Elite's a little far from comfort. I don't think this will turn into a 3 stars, but a definite 2% high star is something they can look at, and not bad at all. But now, of course, still pressure onto them. They need to still get their first 3-star performance.
It's difficult right now for them, but yeah, you know, they're still trying as of now. As you can see, one minion just taking down everything from one side. Will be adding 1 more percentage out in the overalls, but this might just hit down to what, 87, 88%. And yes, 87% is what it is right now. I mean, Grand Warden's trying to do everything, but will not be able to just complete it out. 89%, all right, almost 90. Nope, just touching down 89%. So second attack, another 2-star is where they are right now, makes it 4-star. Manipur Elite, if in the next attack they still have 2 stars, it will be 5 stars. So they already will be at a lead.
Absolutely. They have started with such a good scorecard. And that's the thing, you know, when you send your good attackers right at the beginning, it does kind of set that momentum for the rest of the team. Yesterday, we saw Manipur, they sent their best attackers at the end.
Yeah.
And that kind of kept that pressure so constant onto the team that it was difficult for them to have this perfect performances. These teams are really good, but they're not really tier 1 professional teams. So it is still very fresh for them. It is still very new for them. And I mean, I slip off when I'm playing a game. You know, you never really know. Those butterfingers always have an effect in every game. So I hope that they're ready for their second attack, a very important attack for them. If they're able to convert this into a 3 stars, we could see them already taking qualifier number 2 for themselves. At the same time, Assam Elites, now the pressure on them. Hopefully they can convert. Meanwhile, on to the other side, ladies and gentlemen, do remember that this is only Clash of Clans. After this, we do have FreeFire also coming onto your screens, so don't go anywhere. But now Joy is going to be the next attacker here for Manipur Esports. Interesting combination. He's going for a Yeti Smash combination. He also has a few healers in his arsenal. He's going to start his attack here with the Grand Warden there from the north side. He's got the healers on the back line. The defending base is going to be Cretaceous. Very compact base. I would say an air attack would do really well in this kind of scenario, but maybe Joy being super comfortable on a Yeti was the start of that attack there.
As of now, yes, and this kind of seems like a decent attack for Joy as well. Might as well just go for another 3-star. I mean, look at the base. If we talk about the base, Town Hall will be going down pretty soon. I mean, one attack to Town Hall and it will be activating everything on its defenses, but no. This is where bowlers just come in. A pretty good march just coming in. They are marching from one compartment to the other. CC troops will be falling down as well as of now. All thanks to that initial, pretty fast attack. I mean, was there a strategy? this was a different strategy. I mean, everything just going bonkers out here.
I mean, this is called the YOLO strategy. You just go
Oh.
in. No matter what happens, you smash your way through it. Joy is doing exactly that. But Joy can't be too happy for too long here because those Inferno Towers becoming a huge cause of concern here. He's trying to take them down. Beautiful Free is getting deployed, but it is a lot of splash damage getting deployed. They've just that Eagle Archery. It comes live once you put a certain amount of units onto the board, and he did that right at the very beginning. So he needs to be a little careful. On the one side, of course, we do see them chipping down to the Eagle Archery. Finally going to be able to take it down, but he's going to be losing his Royal Champion really soon. The ability is already being deployed. That means that that Inferno Tower is going to manage to take him down. The freeze was there, but not touching that Inferno Tower, which is another concern here. Meanwhile, the Archer Queen could be the next one to fall. 2 stars in his favor as of now. He's got that Grand Warden alive. He has enough time, so we could see this move to about 75. But more than that, I don't think this is really going to pan out well. But Ocean, were you surprised that he just sent this whole full-blown YOLO attack?
I was, because there was no opening, there was no funnel being created, there was nothing. Everything just came in from one direction as per every different thing. You know, we're talking about one direction. You see, Queen, King, then bowlers, then Yetis, and obviously healers as well onto that side. All the spells being deployed at one direction only. This was a good start, I would say. It kind of looked promising. And it was, I mean, talking about 82% to Sai, yes, it is promising, but then had it been a bit more timed with everything, this could have gone easy 100%. I mean, talking the base, it was concentrated. It could have gone easy 100%, but timing was an important thing.
Absolutely. I have a Hulk move coming out there from Joy. I mean, maybe he just wanted to get a very high percentage 2-star. Be like, I'm done. That's what my clan wanted. I've given them what they require. But it's always nice to see some fun attacks. And I think he really took a risk over there, playing that attack for us on the screen. But now somewhere, Assam Elites, they are not going to let this go. They know that they just need one good 3-star attack to get the scorecard matched out. Now, we got to make sure that, you know, at every point of time, this is a game of Clash of Clans. Games turn with one big attack. Also, remember that if you make a mistake and you just get a 1-star attack, that's another huge problem. So these teams can't really take it lightly. They got to make sure that every attack counts, every attack does well. And now it's time for Assam Elites to show us what they've got. Is it a special player that you think can really turn the tides here for them today?
I don't know. As of now, maybe we have to see that special player. I would just say this thing because, you know, game might just change with the next 3-star if it happens. So that player might just come in, right? So we'll have to see which player it becomes because let's talking about the players. Yeah, you change the game and you change your course in the Untitled Esports Tour as well. So I want to see if there is that one player who just brings that change and maybe in the upcoming attacks. Because I'm still hoping for the team to just shine up. So hope is, I know it's a dangerous thing, but you know, it's what keeps you exciting.
It's what keeps
excited
you
about
going.
it. Yeah.
Absolutely. And of course, Assam Elites, I'm a little surprised at them because yesterday they had such phenomenal performances. Today, I do feel them getting a little rickety. It either could be that Manipur has figured out their strategy and have made their bases so concrete that now they're finding it difficult to play against those bases. But let's see what Assam has in store. Now, Herox is going to be joining the fight here. Toyba's base is going to be on defense mode. He's going for a hybrid Hawkminer combination. Going to start his attack there from the north side. And you're going to see the healers there already being deployed even without the Archer Queen. Yes, she's been deployed also on the back lines, apologies. And of course, you do see a defensive Barbarian King already heading towards a nice raid getting used there. Going to be able to take it down. Defensive CCs are being dropping these healers. Need to work overtime to keep this Archer Queen alive. Meanwhile, that Inferno Tower has been a connect onto her. So that could be a little riskier for Herox. But let's see what he does.
I mean, first of all, that was something different. Healers went to Yetis instead of going to Archer Queen, but then as Yetis just took a fall, that's where healers just, you know, went to do their job. But right now, I would say an ability needs to be deployed, and there it is. One compartment being taken down. Now it's all down to that Town Hall's area. Will the Queen be going out to that area as well? Wallbreaker has been deployed as well, opening onto one direction. Siege Barrack and King has been dropped down to the other side right now, but Queen is doing everything in one of the areas. 25% is where it is. Queen might just take a fall, and now healers have to find a new person to just get everything. But now comes the major push. This is where the major Hog hybrid push miner just gets in, and I want to see how much does it do, because Town Hall still needs to be taken down.
Absolutely, huge cause of concern there. Down all needs to be taken down, but the Eagle Archery has already been taken down, and that could be a huge win here already for Heroes. 30% damage is already taken there by the Queens, and now it's just mostly cleanup of the backside of this base, and I think the Hogs will be able to do it. There's also Siege Bag being deployed, I think, so you do see those Wizards on the back line just doing that required chip damage onto the outskirts. He's got those 2 stars in his favor, 56% damage, and Heroes having enough time on his side. He's moving in the right direction. The flow seems to be constant here. The Hawks chipping down one after the other from the Wizard Tower to the Archer Towers. The Grand Warden is there. Most of the Hogs in his aura, so that's another good sign. But now, of course, there are no heroes on the map. He's completely relying on these Hogs, the Miners and the Wizards, but they are known to be the perfect cleanup troops. Meanwhile, on the back lines now, there's one Inferno Tower causing quite a bit of damage here on the remaining Hogs that are on this map. Now, it does not seem like this could convert to a 3-star. There are very few units left on the map, but this could definitely end on a very high percentage, something that Assam Elites needs as they move forward in the Northeast Summit. For now, the Elixir Collector going to be the next one to fall. Grand Warden there now getting a connect on that Inferno Tower, mostly going to be the next one to go down, and with that, of course, Herox going to be ending his attacks.
I mean, it was a good attack, I would say. Somehow, obviously, some elites, they are still a bit onto the backlines if we call about this one, because this will take their total stars to a 6-star, where Manipur Esports, they will still have a chance, right? 2-star attack, I would say it's decent, but yesterday we saw 1-star attacks as well coming out from the team. So I want to see what Manipur Esports has in their banks, because Assam Elites, they are still struggling. They are still struggling to find that 1 3-star that actually puts them on the point with Manipur right now.
And Manipur on the other side, I mean, they just need another 3-stars because
Yeah.
we've already seen 3 attacks come out. There are only 2 more attacks remaining. If Assam is playing on the strategy that they'll pull that 3-stars in the last attack, it's too close to convert. But now, of course, Toiba is going to be the next attacker here from Manipur Esports, looking to do something very different. A very confident attacker, I must say, from yesterday's to today's performance. He's going for something. He's super confident on the lava loon combination. He's got about 28 balloons in his arsenal. Already started his attack there with the Royal Champion, heading towards that Town Hall. Town Hall has been activated, doing quite a bit of damage at the Royal Champion, but is going to be able to take it down, I think, and secure that 1-star. Royal Champion, MVP already for me.
As of now, yes, Royal Champion did everything, and now Royal Champion takes up a fall for his own self. But King and Queen, they have to charge and they have to move forward before that proper lava loon attack just comes in. Look at the number of balloons that he has. Obviously, this will be a pretty good attack. I want to see when the push just comes in. But onto the other side is where we see a lot, like scatter shots out there. And then if we have to talk about this, I mean, the central compartment is somewhat important to just open it up.
Absolutely, a suicide hero attack coming out here from Toiba today. He did this even yesterday, and it worked in his favor for a certain extent. You need about 30 to 40% damage with a suicide attack. The Archer Queen's already been able to do that, closing it mostly at a 40%. Now the Stone Slammer making its way into this base. You already see the minions coming in there for the chip damage. Toiba controlling the time. He knows how important it is, and he doesn't want to waste too much time over there. Meanwhile, on the other side now, you see the main attack beginning. The 2 lava loons making their way into the central part of this town hall. The balloons are there with the Grand Warden. He needs to deploy a few ranges to start moving the pressure onto the west side of this map. But meanwhile, with the puffs popping, it does feel like Toba is doing everything right, and he's being able to take down another compartment. Beautiful tree is getting deployed there. The airstreamer, the only defense that could cause a lot of devastation, is going to be the next one to fall. The dragon is also there that came out of the Stone Slammer. So I do feel Toiba very confidently is going to be taking this to a 3-stars today.
Easy 3-star coming in from this lad, I would say. The way the attack has happened and the way the attack will be executed. I mean, all the air defenses were taken down, and now all the air defense, all the air attacking units, they have a proper opening. I mean, time won't be an issue. And from here, Manipur Esports, I mean, chasing them, Assam Elites is going to be on a pretty, tense role, I would say. A pretty high pressure situation for Assam Elites now, because Manipur Esports, they've had 2 3-stars, and this one takes them to new heights.
I mean, Toiba, after this performance, such confidence in these players. I do feel like yesterday they were just having pre-boards going on, like they were not playing like this. I didn't think they wanted to give out too many strategies to Assam Elites. They wanted them to think that they're not really good. And today they're playing so well. Every single attack that we've seen from them, they've been able to convert it really well. And with Toiba's 3-star attack, now they have a 2-star lead against Assam Elites. And now Assam, they need to get the next 2 attacks to 3 stars. If they're not able to do that, they're going to be out of qualifier number 2.
I mean, that's the most important thing right now that this team needs to do. It's high pressure situation. You either get back-to-back 3 stars, otherwise you have to go home, right? So it just comes down to this thing. And with the calculations, with what Manipur actually started, how they planned it, and how they executed it, first and third attack coming down as back-to-back 3 stars. Yeah, that's a good thing. So we haven't seen back-to-back 3 stars though, but we have seen one 3 star and then a few attacks later another 3 star. But that's coming from just one team. That's a good thing.
Absolutely. And now, of course, Assam Elites, DIP Dip, looking to convert things for his team. He's the fourth attacker, one of the most important attackers. Pressure on this player is crazy. You can't even imagine what he's playing under. He's going for something he's confident on, the Yeti Smash combination. He also has 2 P.E.K.K.A.s in his arsenal. He's going to go start his attack there from the east side. The Grand Warden in the front lines, the healers on the back, the Baby Dragon on the side. Dip moving in the right direction. He needs to create the right funnel. He needs to move into the base the right way. But this is where the concern starts, because when you look on the west side, that's where the Eagle Artery is. When you look in the central compartments, that's where the Inferno Towers are. And the Town Hall is basically in the triangle of the Inferno Towers. So getting there is where he's going to get a little desperate, and that could stop him from getting the 3 stars. I'm not denying he can get a 2 stars, but a 3 star, that's going to be really difficult on this base. But now a Siege Barrack is going to be deployed there on the east side. The Barbarian King is going to be dropped down with the P.E.K.K.A. I feel that they'll be able to take down that area pretty fast, but I'm hoping to see whether he can do all this in the next 2 minutes, 8 seconds.
I mean, it kind of just seems like a slow start. I don't know why it seems like a slow start, because that's where, if we're talking about Siege Barrack troops, they are still engaged with the King. Otherwise, they would have just, been sent in and they would have done damage all out there. But right now, one balloon being sent in is trying to be engaged with the air defenses, and that's where it will go down. I don't know why that was just a chosen thing right now, but now comes a good push. Now comes the push that we wanted to see. The Yeti Smash push is what is coming up right now. It will take down Town Hall in no nick of time, because it has to just do it right now. This is where it starts up, and Town Hall will be taking up a very good fall. 38%, 1 star will be making soon up a 2 star, but 3 star might not happen, because Eagle Artillery is still staying. We can see it out there, and that's where the damage will be coming up onto the defensive units.
Absolutely, and those Inferno Towers connect on connect. They've been able to take down 2 of them, but the third one still being pretty devastating here onto that ground attack. Meanwhile, the bowlers is smashing their way through that third chamber. The Grand Warden, of course, on the back line is trying to do whatever they can, but he has only 1 minute, 2 seconds now. He needs to convert this. The Arctic Queen, she is there, but she has an ability also, but she's pretty low on health, so she's got to be a little careful. Meanwhile, in the central compartments, the Yetis are down, the bowlers are down, and when I look at the overall damage, he still has a long way to go to convert this to a 3 stars. But Dip needs to do this. He needs to get those 3 stars. That's all that matters right now to Assam Elites. I mean, on the sidelines, the compartments are designed so very well that it's going to take them quite a while to dish out the damage. The Arctic Queen finally ability getting deployed there, going to be able to take down the remaining defensive units on the outside. But still, you do see an Inferno Tower very much alive with the Wizard Tower, and that's not going to be able to take down by Dip. So that's it. It's going to close at a 90-91%. But somewhere now, Assam Elites, they know that they're almost out in qualifier number 2.
I mean, Assam Elites almost this attack look like this. They'll still breathe again the way they started off everything. But now it seems like Manipur Esports, they are the only last team standing in this one. I mean, the way the attack actually happened. I mean, Manipur Esports, they still have 2 attacks. The only way Assam Elite can win, and this is the slightest of the possibility, is just 1 star attacks from Manipur Esports back to back. 1 star, and this is the slightest possibility. If this happens,
pull out their internet is what Manipur Esports is going to be having to do now. I mean, Assam Elite's going to be praying, please cut their internet so that we get the next 2 attacks.
Yeah, that's one way. That's one way. That's a good way. That's another chance, I would say. That's another chance.
But looking at Manipur Esports play today, I want to ask you, when looking at Noob Scarlet win, I think they'll make a good match there in the finals when we see these 2 qualifiers meet each other.
Yeah, that's so true. So that's one thing I was also thinking, because the way these teams actually just played in their own, consecutive matches and whatnot, I would say Manipur versus Noob Scarlet, because these teams know how to bring up something of their own, and they do it with perfection. Talking about this match, Boy Sharma right now is going to be using a hybrid combination for his own self. As you can see, Miner and Hogs will be used to perfection, but before that, 1 funnel being created. Queen is pretty close to quite a lot of things if we talk about it. I mean, Queen is focusing on one side of the troop, but Queen, I think somehow she is moving, and that's where a raid spell should be working out for herself. Otherwise, it might not be a good thing, but no, it is. Wallbreaker is going to be making out his own opening, and that's where Queen will be capitalizing, as you can see. And one balloon is straight away going to go to that cannon, and that's where Queen will be looking pretty good. Otherwise, that cannon would have actually troubled Queen a lot, but now Balloon just going out there. Balloon will be taking down that cannon all on by its own self.
Absolutely, and now of course Boy Sharma, he has a plan in his mind and he's going to be executing it in style, but now of course he's going to drop down that siege barrack onto the west side. The P.E.K.K.A. is there with of course the two other heroes entering that Inferno Tower chamber. Now I was expecting this attack to start from the north side, but for now it's going to be starting from the south side. We do see a lot of defense with CC getting popped there from the compartments, and meanwhile the Archer Queen working overtime. Then nice poison, they need to take down this lava puff. The lava puffs need to fall, it just makes it so much more easier. Meanwhile a quick another spell getting used there. On the back lines now from the west side, the Hogs are still making their entrance, heading into that Eagle Artery compartment. Will be able to do so quite well, I must say, because they have those two heroes there. They also all are in the Grand Warden's aura. They're sticking together, and that's definitely going to work in his favor. Quickly check down onto that Eagle Artery, going to give them that 63%. He has at 1 minute 10 seconds. Boy Sharma, the next one to get the 3 stars, mostly for the team and also for himself, because he's again going to be part of the Untitled Esports Tour Award, looking to make it on top of that leaderboard and prove why Manipur is no further away from any other city or state in India. For now, of course, moving forward again, 2 stars in his favor, 80% damage done, quite a few troops alive. Archer Queen still there, doing pretty fine for herself. Going to be closing this attack in style, I think.
I mean, they are going to be closing this attack in style, and another 3 stars just coming in. And so this is what? 3-star attacks from this team out of 4 that they have done. Yeah, seems like a pretty promising team right now, and this is a trick-or-treat movement, and it's mostly a treat for them as they have done incredible today. 3 stars out of 4. I mean, this, I wouldn't be surprised if the next one's also a 3-star.
I mean, this is so hilarious because when we started this in the pregame, I asked, did you see Assam Elites getting those 3 stars today? And you said, no, I'm hoping that the opponents get it. And look what happened. You know, your opponent only gave you like 3-star attacks. So,
I should not speak.
Played.
I should probably not speak.
No, you should. I think Manipur is really happy about this. Assam must be cursing you. But Manipur, definitely happy with you. You could get a few more followers from their side, I think, and it'll be very good. But of course, now somewhere Assam Elites, they know they've lost this battle already, but they got to finish it just for the sake of their positioning in the Airtel India Esports Tour Award, and also to make sure that when they come into the next qualifier, which is qualifier number 3, they know what they've done wrong and they don't make the same mistakes again. For now, it's going to be Hitesh making this attack, going for a lava loon combination himself. This time 3 loons in his arsenal with 27 balloons. He's already got to attack the central compartment, taken it down. Also going to be sending now the Barbarian King from the east side. Now this is mostly going to be a suicide attack of the heroes. So you're already going to see the Archer Queen and of course mostly the Royal Champion getting deployed next. Once they of course take about 40% of the base down, that's when we could see the Lava Loon make their entrance.
Well, I just want to see if this will be worth it, right? Because if this attack, even if this is a 3-star attack, they still come down to 11 stars, while Manipur Esports already will be having a lead in every way, shape and form. But for now, as we can see, the attack, the Queen is just still moving in with everything that Queen has got for her own self. I mean, this is where it all just comes down to. We will see, talking about the abilities being deployed, we'll talk about everything, and I want to see how much damage does the Queen do. On to the other side is where Wallbreaker's just moving in. We'll be making out one opening. I want to see, well, how does he use that opening. We still have a battle if we know if it needs to go onto a few compartment or not, because that's where it might just do a lot of damage, but the major push still has to come in. The Lava Loon push still has to come in. I mean, he has a good open ground for that. Why is it not just starting up right now?
Absolutely, but very well played here. Patient attack coming out from Hitesh. He sent those 2 heroes, took down about 4 compartments for himself. The Eagle Artery chamber is already down, a major concern here for most of the players. I don't really see a lot of Inferno towers, just about 2 onto the other sides of the map, but that can be handled because when you have a single targeted Inferno tower and you have lava puffs, they kind of are the right defense against a single tower Inferno. So I do see Hitesh doing pretty fine now. The balloons are going to be deployed there from the east side. He also has the Grand Warden on the back lines. He's also going to be using a haste spell, entering that secondary compartment. There is a defensive Archer Queen who needs to be dealt with pretty soon, but like you said, Ocean, that battle blimp now traveling towards that town hall, open space, I must say, for him, going to crash onto it and give him that 2nd star with ease. Meanwhile, onto the back lines now, the lava puffs already on cleanup duty, and the balloons, they're just adding to the whole look.
As of now, yes, it kind of is looking pretty good as an attack, but then the major thing that comes up is, like, yeah, For the individual thing, it's still a 1-star. Now it will be a 2-star. I don't know, I just spoke too soon, but well, now it's a 2-star attack right now. So it will be ending itself on a very, very, very good note. I mean, an ending note for the final attack from Hitesh seems like a pretty good attack right, as of now. Had he had like, I don't know, a few more seconds or something, it would have gone to a proper 3-star. But right now, as the defensive units are also still out there, there's like one Archer Tower. It might not just end up on the final note that we want to see a 3-star.
I mean, I hope it does. I do feel Assam Elites, they need to get this 1-star extra. Just for the pride of the team, you know. I mean, with this one attack, they already matched the scorecard here for Manipur Esports. And if Manipur had even one bad attack, they would be able to fight it back. But it's not going to be enough. We do know that Manipur Esports still have one more attack to do. And this did turn into a 3-star. So this is also another very sad affair. 98% damage done. He put his best foot forward. I think if they had come a little earlier in the attacks, maybe the second or the third position, they could have converted a little differently. The fact that, you know, we've always mentioned the mental pressure that players play under is always more than just executing, because everybody executes, everybody knows strategies, but being able to play it at the right time in the right way, that's also really hard to do.
Yeah, but just look at this one from Manipur Esports. Even if they don't play, they're still winning, right? But still, Dinesh was like, nah, I want my name in that Italy India Esports suit, and I will do it for my own self. And talking about this attack, a proper air attack. And if this one also goes to a 4-star, we'll be seeing like a 3-star, we'll be seeing 4 3-star attacks overall if this happens. But nope, heroes are being shut down quickly. That seems like a bad news, but right now Battlebloom just moving forward will be taking down the Eagle Artillery compound. If it stops out there, Eagle Artillery compound is where it will be going down. Yes, it is, taking down the Eagle Artillery in the scatter shot right at the beginning. That's a pretty good use, how you actually use that Battlebloom. I mean, this is how it should have been. A perfect shot again by Dinesh.
Absolutely. He's going for an air attack here, Dinesh, and he's already taken on 2 compartments, so that already is working in his favor. Now, Dinesh looking to convert this. He's going to drop down an Archer Queen there on the south side. Just have to chip down onto those really strong defenses that work against air attacks really well. From the east side, of course, now the Dragons making their entrance there, going to be entering that secondary compartment, but the pressure still onto the west side. I mean, there's quite a bit of damage getting dealt there to the Archer Queen. The Inferno Tower also making a connect onto her, because she's going to be losing her life mostly, and that's going to be a little troublesome here for Dinesh. But he's got that 1-star, so they've already won the war. But can he win his own battle? Meanwhile, on the other side, the Tesla Tower is doing quite a bit of damage. Night 3 is getting deployed there. You do see those 2 stars already in his favor. 50% damage done. Needs to still go into the central part of these compartments. But the Dragons, they're constantly getting pushed back over there with the S Sweeper. He's going to be deploying a raid spell just to help them out, but they've not been able to take down that S Sweeper yet. Meanwhile, on the other side, now the Electro Dragon chipping down to the outside units. Going to be able to take down that Archer Queen. But I do feel Dinesh is somehow moving in the right direction, because he could push this all the way to an 80-85%. Could he even take it to a 3 stars? We'll know in about a minute's time.
We will get to know about this one. I mean, the damage is decent. I would say the stars are good, and the timing as well. We talked about these 3 pillars of the attack, right? And so those 3 pillars are being checked out. But right now it all comes down to these Dragons. I mean, how can they split their fire? And they are doing decent. They are doing good. But the Tesla Tower is trying to take down 1 Dragon at a time. Might just fail. Might just not, because this is where it all goes down. 1 Dragon goes down, but still onto the other side, Dragons are doing decent for themselves. 80% 2-star, 81% 2-star. Nevertheless, we're talking about 2 stars. That makes it 13 stars in total. And Manipur Esports, while this attack is happening from Dinesh, the rest of the team is already dancing. I can assure you that.
Absolutely, they are dancing, and I did see that he had one last free spell, and I was hoping to see where he really deploys it. And he was exactly on the mark when he deployed it on that Inferno Tower, and that really gave him that remaining space to really take down a few more troops. Now he still has the time, so you know, I'm still not sure if it's going to go to 3 stars, because Dragons are pretty strong, you know, and they do quite a bit of damage onto the map, and there are not many troops that can really take them down anymore. But finally, they're going to be out there. 94% here for Dinesh. Amazing scorecard. When he started this attack, I did feel it was a really complex base to take down, but the way he executed it was on point. And of course, now do you see that Manipur Esports, they have got that victory for themselves. They are the winners of qualifier number 2. Moving forward in the Northeast Summit, you're going to be seeing them in the finale week. But meanwhile, now Assam Elites, nothing taken away from this team. I think yesterday they did really well for themselves. Making it to this very qualifier is a huge deal. They also took part in the previous qualifier, but they couldn't didn't make it to this final week. And now they made it to the final week, but it didn't make it into the last set. So hopefully in the next qualifier, they'll be able to do all the three things. And then we're going to see them in the finals.
Probably. I mean, see, speculations is what we can do, but the major thing is how they actually, just process it. Because today, when the game started, before the game started, Assam Elites was looking like a really promising team, right? But then a few mistakes were made, and Manipur, they learned from yesterday's mistakes. I mean, yesterday we saw one-star attacks as well onto their side, but right now they did everything to its perfection.
Absolutely. So congratulations to the team. I hope to see you have a very similar performance with 4-4-star victories mostly. But for now, of course, let's send it back to the desk and see what our host and analysts have to say about all this.
Thank you so very much, Angela and Ocean. Indeed, an incredible game coming in for, wow, what a result. Manipur Esports looking really strong, but on the other side, of course, feel a little taken aback from Assam Elites.
So, well, all we can really conclude over here was that Manipur Elites really needed some wings, and I'm certain Red Bull did help them to get that, considering the way they were playing, going for those back-to-back 3 stars. A multitude of strategies were implemented. We saw the hybrid combo coming out. We even saw the Yeti Bowler Smash going out, even the Queen Charge attack. Every single thing that you can really put in the box, they did that, and courtesy to that, they just won.
Absolutely did. And with that, let's have a look at the updated brackets, where indeed what we'll see is Manipur Esports from Qualifier 2 moving into the Grand Finals again. Qualifier 2. This is just Qualifier 2. There's still Qualifier 3 and 4 remaining. So if you're watching, if you think you've got what it takes to bring these teams down, do not shy away. Do not shy away. Just step in. And with that, of course, possibly, once again, as casters were mentioning, Assam Elites, we could very well see them. Third time is a charm, right? So in Qualifier 3, they might just be able to get all the 3 things knocked down for them.
Yeah, of course, with so much money on the line, I'm pretty sure they're going to come back in the third qualifier. And, well, like you mentioned, third time might just be the charm. But, getting back to the topic over here regarding how Assam Elites really fell down. They could not get any 3-star out there. It was just those 2 stars, and, well, it was consistent, but you need to get those 3 stars.
Exactly.
Like I mentioned earlier, in the pre-segment, you need to get those 3 stars coming in, build that momentum up, and then you build up a safety cushion. Then you can do whatever you want. But somehow they kind of fail to do that, and they do realize the mistakes that they've made. The base is well penetrated into. It was just Manipur completely outplaying them.
Absolutely were. And with that, of course, as we just said, Manipur Esports moving in to the Grand Finals for Qualifier 2 for COC, looking incredible, looking really, really strong with those that sort of performances, back-to-back 3 stars, incredible stuff. But right now what we're going to do is go on a very, very short break. Stick around, as coming right up is going to be FreeFire.
Airtel India Esports Talk continues its quest to find best esports athletes. The party has reached Northeast India with the Northeast Esports Summit. 2 new esports titles, Clash of Clans and FreeFire, 4 qualifiers, 1 grand final, prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees, a golden opportunity to rank up on the national leaderboard of India's best esports athletes. Northeast, are you ready? Qualifier 1 registrations from 14th to 26th October. Airtel India Esports Talk continues its quest to find best esports athletes. The party has reached Northeast India with the Northeast Esports Summit. 2 new esports titles, Clash of Clans and FreeFire, 4 qualifiers, 1 grand final, prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees, a golden opportunity to rank up on the national leaderboard of India's best esports athletes. Northeast, are you ready? Qualifier 1 registrations from 14th to 26th October. The serene land of diversity and charm is set to witness the celebration of esports. 8 states, 1 voice. The Northeast Esports Summit is calling. 2 big titles, Clash of Clans, FreeFire. Compete in 4 online qualifiers to reach the grand finals. Prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees. Registrations open from 14th October onwards.
Hello and welcome back once again to Northeast Esports Summit by Nodwin Gaming, powered by Airtel India Esports Store and sponsored by Red Bull. This is incredible. Qualifier 2 is what we're in. Qualifier 1, we saw some incredible teams step up, but now as we move along in the journey, it is time for some Qualifier 2 action in FreeFire. I'm your host, brother. Joining me on the LS desk, it is none other than the incredibly talented iSuper Johnny.
Yeah, thank you for the warm welcome again. And once again, FreeFire, it is time to start with the qualifiers too. I mean, last week we had some really good teams coming out, and Scotland of the East, I mean, they won my hearts last time, but who's going to win it now?
Absolutely.
Along with the spot for the finals.
Exactly. I mean, yes, you talk about Scotland of the East, the name, beautiful, wonderful gameplay coming in from the team. But today, as we step in, of course, as you saw in the video as well, 400 teams participate, dude. 400 teams, and then through that, you got to grind through all of that to get into this lot. And once again, if you're sitting back at home, well, GG, certainly hope your weekend is off to a great start. But if you think you've got what it takes, Qualifier 3 and 4 still remain. So, of course, do try and register and get yourself in. Maybe it's FreeFire, maybe it's COC for you. Either or, it all works out perfectly because you will get the chance to, of course, be right here, and along with that, the massive prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees. Now with that, let's quickly move on along and showcase the format as to how and what are you to look forward to when it comes to all these different segments.
The Northeast Esports Summit by Nodwin Gaming is a dedicated esports championship for Northeast with a prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees. The tournament has Clash of Clans and FreeFire in its lineup of games. The tournament format is fairly simple. There will be 4 qualifiers for both games, and the team securing the top spot in the qualifiers final will earn a slot in the grand finals. Now let's take a look at the format for each game. In Clash of Clans, first, the registered teams will compete in qualifiers. Each qualifier will have 128 slots. This will be a 4-day affair, with the 4th day being the qualifier finals. All matches will be played in a single elimination best-of-1 format. The winner of each qualifier will advance to the playoffs. The 4 teams will play best-of-1 semi-finals, and the preceding 2 teams will play best-of-3 grand finals to clinch the championship title. Now moving on to FreeFire. The registered teams will compete in the qualifiers. Each qualifier will have 400 slots. The qualifiers will be a 4-day affair, with the 4th day being the qualifier finals. Each qualifier will have 3 rounds. After round 3, a total of 12 teams will reach the qualifier finals in each of the 4 qualifiers. The qualifiers final will be played in a best-of-5 format, out of which top 3 teams from each qualifier will earn a slot in the grand finals. The grand finals will have 12 teams competing in best-of-12 format to earn the title of Free Fire champions at Northeast Esports Summit. Qualifier 1 registrations from 14th to 26th October. For detailed information on dates and prize pool, visit anysummit.nodwingaming.com. The grand finals are set to take place on 5th and 6th December, and all games will go live on Airtel Xtreme and YouTube and Facebook handles of Nodwin Gaming.
Alright, welcome back once again. Indeed, as you just witnessed, 400 slots throughout qualifiers, and you could be the one stepping into the territory of Free Fire and showcasing that dominance. But today, as we get prepped, there are 19 teams eagerly waiting to start this Battle Royale. But before we get into that, let's quickly have a look at the schedule, where indeed we shall take a sneak peek as to what maps are we going to be looking at.
Yeah, so game schedule is the last time. We have 3 Bermudas, 2 Purgatories happening, and last time it was quite interesting. I mean, every single Bermuda we got, apart from the last one, it felt like it was ending somewhere around the Bhima Sakti strip, and that is something that I found really interesting, because it was just one team at that time who was performing really well, and that was Scotland of the East, along with Bongaigaon just right behind them on their toes. So we'll see where the games are going to come to the closure this time around, because, well, this time, I mean, last time we had a few teams that did not show up to the battle, and because of that, the pace of the game was slowed down quite drastically. All the fights were coming to, all the fights were happening basically towards the end of the game.
Yes.
And that made things a lot more interesting towards the end, but the early stages were a little bit slow. This time, I hope things are going to be different.
Well, certainly with that, keeping our fingers crossed. And along with that, hashtag NE Summit, let us know what team are you looking forward to. Without further ado, let's get busy with these games.
Welcome back, everybody, to the casting desk of the Northeast Summit, brought to you by Nodwin Gaming, Red Bull, and Airtel India. But we just saw Clash of Clans get over, and what a fantastic game that was. We have the finals that took place, and over there we have one team that's going to be playing on the 5th of December. But now it's time for Free Fire, another interesting game. Battle Royale title, always a lot of excitement in store. We're going to have a lot of teams taking part in this one, so get back, get comfortable, because you have 4 maps coming on your screen, each of them playing a very important role. This is, of course, the first map out of the 5 that are going to be played. It's going to be Bermuda. Joining me, of course, I have Ocean. How are you doing, and how excited are you? Qualifier 1 was great, I think, for Free Fire.
Yeah, for Free Fire as well, and plus talking about the swap from COC to Free Fire that we have been coming, I'm pretty excited with that game actually that just happened. And now on to this one, because right now 5 games is what we have lined up, starting from Bermuda, then moving to Purgatory, then Bermuda, Purgatory, and Bermuda again and again. So I want to see what happens, as previous week it started with a very good aggression, and 5th game till 5th game we saw teams, getting into their zones of what should be done, what should not be done. So I want to see something like that today as well.
Absolutely, and this is only qualifier number 2, ladies and gentlemen. We still have 2 more qualifiers that are going to be happening, and all the teams that couldn't qualify in qualifier number 1, we could see them play today. And even if they don't make it today, they can go ahead for qualifier 3 and qualifier 4. Of course, if you're a team out there who think they're really good at Free Fire and can compete, go ahead, register in the Northeast Summit. We hopefully will see you on our screens, and hopefully also on the grand finale stage. For now, of course, this is the start here of Bermuda. You see the plane already taking off there. The team's already making their first drops.
As of now, yes, they are making their first drops, but the most important thing that I want to see is where do these teams go. I can see a few teams passing on towards the clock tower area, and that's where they are dropping up right now. Yes, clock tower becomes a good area right now just for them to go. Bhima Sakti strip might be onto the grass for a few teams, a few players as well. As I can see, one team just going on to the shipyards area. That's where they are looking at their home. But for now, Cape Town, Kotatua, and Sentosa, those areas will not be with anyone, because that's pretty far. Those were pretty far away from the other areas. But Mill is where teams are going, Riverside as well. So let's see how the fights actually begin.
Absolutely, a lot of pressure here into Clock Tower. We already see 2 big teams playing out over there. It's going to be team number 8 here, Pablo, onto your screens. Just picking up his required loot. His teammate standing across. He does know there's something wrong there in the next building. And team number 6 eyeing the same thing. He does see Rahul run across, so he's just going to be going and informing his team of the same. Meanwhile, they have split themselves into 2 different buildings, so you could see them make contact in a little while. But before that, they need to make sure they have the right kind of loot picked up. There are going to be 11 teams playing this Bermuda map. 42 players alive. The first blood will define how each team is going to be performing. Now, we could see all the 4 players from each team make it all the way into the circle, but knowing the way this map goes, we do normally end up seeing just 3 players or 2 players from each team do the same. But this is, of course, a new team here. We've not really seen who performed before. I think they weren't there in the previous qualifier, but they didn't really have the best of performances. They've gone back to the drawing board. Maybe today is a day to shine.
Probably. Well, I could see a few, Thompson guns being used out there as well. And if you're talking about this, I saw Spaz as well. Last week, we did not see any use of Spaz, the shotgun that is actually a pretty good shotgun. But right now, some players do have it. Might just drop it for another gun if they want to go for it. But first blood has been drawn down as Nayan falls down onto the other side, and God Squad, I mean, they might be in a bad situation onto the other side. Mr. Gang is moving forward as well, but well, It'll Dawn is trying to spot some players for his own kills, but Deathstroke is taking players on for his own kill numbers, and obviously it will be helping him and the team overall.
Absolutely. He's also going to be part of the Untitled Esports Tour. Deathstroke on his streak. Yeah, he seems to be going back to back here with the attacks. Already taking down 2 very important kills there. Now, God Squad, we did see them get a booyah the last time around in Qualifier 1, but this time it does seem a little risky. For now, team number 11 onto your screens here. It seems like It'll Done is looking to make a change here, because I did see Mr. Gang also roaming around on the map in the previous pictures that we saw. And over there, Mr. Gang, he did have not the best turnaround in Qualifier 1, so looking to do something different today. This is, of course, a plantation area. Team 11 seem to be the only team in this area. Will be able to collect loot in peace and move into the circle when it does close in.
Well, that's totally true. We'll have to see how it just, goes down as Dawn is moving forward. But, well, he has to be the real Dawn, right? Alongside the plantation areas, if he has to take a few fights for his own self. Meanwhile, I could see he still has to find a second gun for himself. Does not have a vest right now. Is just rocking on a helmet as we are talking. So, a few things are still needed by this guy. And seems like he's in a bit of a pickle right now because, he's trying to spot the areas around him because that's how he's trying to take the longer areas TPP as of now. But well, movement is the key. And talking about movement, look at the players onto the downside of Mars Electric as a few are trying to move to Sentosa's area, and the circle's actually favoring Deathstroke and his team.
Amazing for them. I mean, that was just a lucky turn, I must say. But a lot of pressure there at the bottom of the map. We're going to see a few fights come out there pretty soon. But now, of course, there have been 2 more players already lost on the board. So that brings a total of 38 alive as of now. And now the teams are entering towards the next circle. They need to make their way before it gets too late. And still Dawn on your screen, following his teammate over there. He's still not picked up a second gun, like you mentioned. He needs to get it. Loot seems to be not the best thing here at Plantation, so he needs to be a little careful when he enters the next circle. But onto the other side, of course, you do see here, they are moving, and look at this circle. It's a little bit into the sea, so that's going to be a little risky there for Team 11, 9, and 6, but you could see them moving pretty soon. Meanwhile, an eye here onto Team number 2. They are right on the top there, very comfortable in that area, going to be crossing that bridge pretty soon and entering into Riverside. They could meet Team number 7 over there, but that could be where things could go completely wrong for them. Meanwhile, Cape Town is where we see team number 10. They've got a lot of loot space over there, so they're going to be happy about that. Meanwhile, team 1, they are entering that zone, and that's where I should be pinned out very soon.
We'll have to see, how it just goes down slowly and steadily, because there are a few teams that are still outside the zone as we just talked. And so far, we have seen a few players go down, but not as a lot of the teams, just going down. The full team vibes, that hasn't happened as per now. First circle has to be close in less than 17 seconds as we talk, and as we just witness what's going to be happening into the fights. And well, all of these players, I would just say one thing: for Free Fire, you need that energy and you need that Red Bull, right? So these players will be chucking those energy drinks for themselves, as after this, they need to go with the best of the fights that they have to offer.
Absolutely. Get that Red Bull going, ladies and gentlemen. You sitting at home, you need that energy to watch these 5 games. So it's going to be exceptionally exciting games here onto your screens. So now, of course, you see team number 1, the first time onto your screens here at the Northeast Summit. John Carr onto your screens. Looking very comfortable. He also has a baseball bat in his hand. Pretty cool outfit, I must say. All sparkly this time around. He does look like the Joker, and he's looking to do a few stunts just like him. But now they do seem to have a little bit of kill lead also, and looking to convert this a little bit more. Meanwhile, King Vance, you do see him making a rotation. Team number 10 now very close by. I do realize that team number 1 knows that, and they just want to reposition again just to make sure that they are in a safe zone.
Well, 1 versus 10 is something that's going to be happening right now, and well, the players of Italy are moving forward. A few of the damage points were just being taken down, but talking about Deathstroke, yeah, he is actually a kill leader for his own self. As you can see, he's just blazing high with glory right now. But well, he might just take 1 more down, as this might just happen, as we are just talking and as we are seeing right now. Players are just taking a bit of fall damage right now for some reason. But well, the major thing is they'll be taking gun damage as well, because Deathstroke is just standing. He's not moving. Look at this. He's not moving at all, because he knows something wrong is coming his way as we speak.
Absolutely, and they did manage to take down one team here already, looking to get those kills on the board for themselves. As you know, you get quite a few points there for every single kill you take, apart from the Booyah that gives you a 20-point lead. So they are looking to secure themselves with this first matchup before they head into Purgatory after this. For now, team number 10 needs to be a little careful. Team 1 glaring at them into their eyes, and they know that this is going to be very problematic before they enter the circle. Meanwhile, John Carr now, he's waiting patiently. Their King Bands right next to him. They have already making sure they've got the positioning right. It all comes down to how they really play this out. A good, patient gameplay coming out from both these teams here. There's, of course, going to be some action brewing. It only comes down to who takes the first vote today.
We'll have to see, because this is where squads might just go down and everything. So yeah, it might just be a tricky thing. But well, if you're talking about good stuff, Dragunov and Crossbow just coming in inside the first airdrop. So if someone wants to use that Dragunov gun, they can. Go for maximum damage. We're talking about maximum damage. Rahul has started off everything. Mr. Gang as well as Hutwilly just goes down, and look at this, 4 players just standing out there being happy to their perfection, cause factory is where they rule.
Absolutely. Team number 6 there, finally opening up the scorecard, who are getting that first kill for themselves. And now they know team number 8 not going to be around. They're mostly going to move out of that area. Now team 2 and team 7 very close to each other. They are breaking those rotations. Quick fire is getting sent out there from Monru. He wants this kill, 2070. He's going to quickly heal up himself, but that's going to be a quick kill coming in for his end. Meanwhile, that's going to be a death there for team number 7. They got to be really careful about this one. One-man army, showcasing that they may be 5 people, but they have just one mind which they're using to exceptional usage. Meanwhile, team number 7 now, they have to decide. They have got the cover that they require, but team 2 turning into them. They want to make this rotation, get this few kills in the bag. There are only 2 players alive here from the team, and they're going to go for the run now. They don't want to take this risk, but team 2, are they going to let them go? There's a rotation coming in. Team 7 sending out a few more bullets, going to get a few more shots. Arrow going to be the next one to get a few kills there. Papian going to be the next one to fall.
Well, as of now, we see teams will be going down as we just speak and see. And this team, one-man army, I mean, they have 4 players, so it's kind of a 4-man army right now, but they are getting kills for themselves. Arrow doing the maximum stuff, getting 2 kills in this one. And right now, we'll be looking on for the good loot as well. Now, the circle's moving in as well, and that's where you can see some teams' rotation will be compromised, as from the side, from the southern side is where the teams are trying to move. If they move down to Kota Tua's area, that's going to be a good rotation. But no, on to the other side, we see Arrow, and his team is the only team that's safe and pretty good inside the circle. Onto the side, team number 9 is also out there onto the side of Bhima Sakti Strip. But well, they might just be in for a fight, as team 8's players will be moving into the central lines.
A lot of pressure there at the bottom side of that map. We are going to see a few quick kills coming in there. I mean, there are 2 players from Team 10 already there, but Team number 4, they are also struggling now. They got to be careful. They need to keep their positioning on point. You see a few more shots getting dealt there onto Team number 10. They need to be careful about it. As City Hunters onto your screen now. They're looking to take this positioning right. They can do it if required. All the teams looking very comfortable, but not all of them will get out of this trip with ease. For now, Jer, he's going to get a few more shots onto him. Bullets are getting exchanged. The trade is our own point. But now, how do they really turn this around?
I mean, turning tides it is going to be interesting to see. It's going to be important to see. It's going to be happening off right now. But well, I would see that players have spotted each other, and they might just try to take one down. But well, here's just trying to spot someone, and maybe just a quick scope might just take one player down. You need to get this shot right now. I mean, the shot's right there. The player's right there. He's trying to spot someone. Quick scope might be incoming or not. We'll have to see. And that was one shot taken, but well, it was a hit or a miss situation. Another one just going down, but well, it was a miss as well. Right now, he needs to go for a plan B if plan A is not working, and I think he is looking for that one.
City Hunters look really confident in this first map against them. I mean, they were surrounded quite well, but the way they've handled themselves and now moving into the circle, they do have a plan in mind. Just comes down to the right execution. Born to Die now onto your screens here. He's going to be able to follow up. Meanwhile, on your screen now, Team Epuri looking not so strong, but not too weak also. They've been managed to completely walk away from that 3-way damage dealing area, but meanwhile Team 8 now, they have only 2 players alive, so they got to be the most cautious. Meanwhile, now all the teams moving into the central part of the circles. You see Team 9, 6 and 3 right around the same area. It's really close to comfort, but meanwhile Team 2, they're doing pretty fine. They're very far away, looking to just re-execute their plan. And now of course Team 3, they have surrounded another team, and that could be riskier. They want to take these 2 kills. They know there are 2 players into that building, but they need to take this rotation on point. Team 8 meanwhile very patient here, not really really giving out much of information. They want these teams to leave them aside and head into the central part.
Well, again, the teams are moving, right? Because this movement is very much crucial, very much important, very much needed as the teams are just going on from one area to the other. Team Apure, as we can see, they are looking pretty good, pretty decent inside the circle. But, well, there are a few teams that are closing in on them as well. So they might just need to take up a good fight as of now. But look at this. Thunder might be in a bit of a trouble as team number 9's players are going to be moving on team number 6. Mr. Gang's just moving in. Might be a bad decision. But Mr. Gang takes down one, but there's a Spas 12 right now was being formed out there. Rahul might just take one down for his own self as well. And there it is. Rahul takes down one. Mr. Gang was trying to take every inch of the fight, but no, he goes down. He goes down as well. But Blue Jeans has been taken down, and that means Mr. Gang will be getting a revival. But Angel is surviving. No, he takes down Thunder as well. Angel, it's all down to him and his MP40 as he takes every team out there. And so he survives. He takes every player out there, sorry, and he survives as of now. But, well, Angel can survive this fight right now as the players are right out there as OG Junior is trying to spot the player and take him down, but no, they are just running away.
Absolutely, and Shrek Smash, they are in a lot of trouble here. They have 2 players alive. Rahul just circling that area. He wants to take a few more kills, going to be sending out a few more shots. Ezrak, meanwhile, he is giving a few shots out there. And Rahul, he's trying to convert this for himself. He's hiding behind the loot. He knows he wants to go in there, but it's 2 players versus 1. Taking a risk here for himself. But maybe if it works in his favor, this could definitely turn the tides here for the side of Hui. They've lost quite a few, but patience is key here. He's just going to wait a little while longer. I mean, he has a pan in his hand, which looks really nice. But on to the other side now, team number 3 there. They are coming into this rotation. They want to come in and maybe get a few more kills for themselves. Meanwhile, team 10, they have divided themselves into 2 parts. So you have 1 player on one side, and meanwhile, the other 3 just going to be joining him pretty soon. Meanwhile, Rahul, he's going to leave team 9 alone now. And because he's the only player surviving, his goal should be to stay alive as long as possible. Meanwhile, on to the other side now, a big fight coming out there between team 1 and team 2. They are sharing a few more shots here, and that could be where we could see a few more kills. Meanwhile, Angel, he is going to be just picking up a few more items and just heading out to fear. Meanwhile, teammate, they want to try and get something done here onto team number 3, but let's see what's going to be happening.
I mean, it's a bit difficult though, but as we are just saying and as we are just talking, we'll have to see how it just goes down. But well, team number 8, they are also trying to do the same thing, circling that area if they can. But well, players are just going down by the play zone as we speak. Pablo might just go down, but on to the other side, team number 3, they have to move in. And they have to move in right now. And that's where team number 8 has a very good advantage. But look at this. RMB might just go down. City Hunters, they are being taken down as well. So it's down to just 8 teams. But we need to see the last one standing.
Absolutely. We start with 42 players today on the map. Now we have 23 alive. Some teams lost too many to be very careful. Meanwhile, now on your screens, Latvian, they're doing pretty fine. Jara, of course, a little low on health there, but he has the rest of his team to help him out. Meanwhile, their rotations seem to be on point. Now, team number 11, they have been really quiet for a little while and are looking to just make sure they enter the circle next. It's in the mill, so that's a good positioning for most of the teams. Meanwhile, now shots getting fired there from team number 10. They want to take down Rahul, who's just been scanty on this map. And I must say, in the middle of everything, looking to just make it through somehow. And all alone, I must say, this definitely feels like a one-man army now.
I don't know, yes, it does feel like a one-man army, but look at this. Pablo might just take one more down, but well, just a bit of a miss coming out there. Onto their side, players are actually getting aced for their performance as of now, and they will be acing it in the Esports Tour as well for this one. But the most important thing is 7 teams surviving, 21 players alive, but no, one more just go down. Team number 9 is also in a bit of a trouble, as you can see right now. First is being popped up by the players. Zones are shifting in onto the middle side, and that's where players actually have to go. But no, Angel might just meet the devil.
Absolutely. Team number 9, only 2 players alive. They're meeting team number 11 there. This could be risky. Il Boss is trying to get a few more shots. He's in a little bit of trouble. He's going to make a rotation here. They put the cover on, but it's not going to be enough. And it's going to be Azrak falling down next. We'll see shots getting fired there from Dawn also. And now Boss in the front lines, taking Angel down, looking to take the second one. The circle is closing, so this is pretty risky for them. But the shot going to be enough for team. Lots of kills on the map. Another quick one. And after all said and done, Team 11 still alive, shedding a few shots. Pablo on the other side into the center part of the circle, just looking through the map and taking down whatever he sees.
Oh, well, Pablo is doing pretty good. On to the other side, Boss was taking down players for his own self as well. And the team right now, if you talk about this team number 11, they have 3 kills for themselves. We're looking to increase the number. But team number 1, they might just cut on to the rotation of team number 11. So 1 versus 11 is what's going to be. But team number 2 is looking pretty on a hot streak right now, as their players were surviving, but their players might just go down as they are taking the damage for their own self as we speak. Now, in less than 7 seconds, and the most important thing that comes up is the movement into the next zone, because that's going to be the decider zone. That will be the most crucial zone, but no, Don takes 1 more down for his own self right now. Approach has to take down a few players. He takes 1 down, putting up a cover for his own self. Might be on to the finish as well, but no, he cannot anymore. Hunter's taking down the players. This team also goes down. Eliminations and eliminations as we're down to just 3 teams and 7 players surviving. Team number 3 is looking pretty strong with all the players. 3 players of theirs just surviving right now.
Team Apuri closing in on that circle. They knew there were only 2 teams surviving. Pablo, a little bit of trouble. You see the rotation coming in from team number 3. And somewhere Apuri trying to get a few more shots on. But Pablo's so on point there with his shots. Going to be able to take down another quick kill for himself. And those are going to be adding up at the end of this game. Quick heal coming on to him. And he's still looking strong. Now, of course, team 3, they have 1 player alive. What a change in events here. Meanwhile, team 11, they are still hiding. They know they can take the shot whenever it's open. Meanwhile, nobody wants to aim to Pablo because his aim is too accurate, and that could be very risky here. Finally, team 11 moving forward. They want to try and take this. They know it's a 2 versus 1 plus 1 deal here. The circle's closing in. They're moving into the center. Ocean, this could be it.
This could be it right now. CGV 99 is trying to do everything, but can he or can he not, as he's out there in the open? Might just taken down. Pablo goes down. There we see, Booyah coming in for the players. As you can see, Team Apuri, they have had their ups and downs in this game right now, but they win eventually, and they win pretty good. They win this one. This was the first game, and it is theirs.
Absolutely. They started off with very confident. When you saw them really get into that central 2 circles, it did feel like they were losing their momentum, but the way they fought back and they got into the final circle was very interesting to see. But I must say, hats off to Pablo. He being a solo player, being able to really add so much pressure onto the other 2 teams to make these few mistakes that really changed the tides there in that final circle. I like the way this one went down. Bermuda, I definitely feel that that's where the teams really start up. They warm up, they know how they want to play it. But the major pressure then comes from the Purgatory. But for now, of course, team number 3, flawless victory for them, I must say.
Exactly. That was a flawless victory if you talk about this one. They started off pretty good. They moved forward with everything, and they had the booyah.
Absolutely. But that was only match number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Let's head back to the desk. And when we are back, it's going to be Purgatory.
Yeah, what an amazing game. And I'm loving the matches and the teams that we have lined up for today. That first game was incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. Comparing it to the first week, we had fewer teams, and this time it was a whole packed lobby. And like we expected, we finally got to see that intense action. And I'm pretty sure everyone had their wings spread out, courtesy to those wonderful Red Bull. But if you talk about the game, it came down to the middle circle, and Pablo. Amazing.
Oh, yeah.
The way he built that wall around himself, and the enemies were coming up from top, and he was outnumbered. Despite that fact, he gave very minimal positioning out and took down 2 players over there, but could not really manage to get the entire squad. And Team Apuri having good position, having their players well spread out. It all came down to those 3 teams, and it is them who had those 2 players, and eventually it was the man number that really counted. Exactly. And Pablo could not do much.
Exactly. In a 2v1v1, when you have just 3 teams remaining, 4 people alive, numbers advantage matters a lot. The only way you get taken out is if you are clustered up, if you're huddled up in a single location, and you get caught off guard. Then even one individual player can take you out. But as Fixes you pointed out, if you are spread around, if you have the space between yourself, you can get traded out, and that will make things a lot more interesting. And Team Apuri just using the positioning, as you mentioned, to their advantage. But I have to say, this time we do see a lot of teams and the individual players a little bit more precise, a little bit more on point with the things that they're doing. Consider the fight that was happening on the slope of the mountain. That was pretty incredible. You Absolutely. Had to be so quick in that, because we did see a lot of players going down just because a little bit slow on the wall, on making the wall, and they got taken out.
The thing with mountains is that as long as you have the circle, you're good to go. You have got that high ground. But once it takes a shift from that higher ground towards the lower ground, you have to come right from open, and you will be visible to every single person down below, and you're an easy target, and that is exactly how Pablo got those 2 frags for himself. The circle shifted, the other team had to move in, and he just had his walls right. So in those final circles, you need to make sure that you've got your walls up there. You need to make sure you have the perfect cover, come out from it, wait for your right opportunistic moment, because in the game of Free Fire, you do know, right, to get the booyah, you have to be there in the position, you have to have perfect positioning, and you need to know when to come out, when to take the shots, and again get back in if your wall gets destroyed.
Exactly.
Make sure you have a few more.
And you have to keep an eye on the wall as well as to how many shots it's taking, because we did see the moments wherein the wall would go down and the players would instantly start taking the fights. It would be a surprise to their opponents as well. But now it is time to have a look at the standings, ladies and gentlemen, and see the points that have been distributed. So Team Apuri off to a really good start, 32 points. But the fight is not like they have a really big lead, because look at that team on the second position, 29. Then we have One Man Army on 25, and then we have West Side Army with 22 points. So it's a really close call.
Yeah, it certainly is, and with the way these teams have started, it all came down to the positioning points over here. Because if you talk about the kills, the top 3 did manage to get those 6 kills, and it was completely divided. I must say, it's not complete one-sided like we used to get to see from the boys from Scotland, and then we have the players of Bongai Gaon also really performing well, and they have already qualified. But if you take a look at Ayati Elang, so these guys did also manage to get those 6 kills for themselves, and did manage to play second, courtesy to which they got those 29 points. And I'm pretty sure with so many games remaining, I think we can see something happening back and forth. And for teams like Assam United, Team Bats, they have to step up right now. The first game was kind of a wake-up call.
Exactly.
They need to realize the mistakes that they have made, and there are proper rotations, because last time around we saw most of the circles going towards Bhima Sakti Strafe, but this time it went around Mill. So you need to know how to traverse around. And in Free Fire, where you have the aim assist helping you so much, you have to make sure that you're not wide in the open, and if you are, make sure you have enough cover.
Also, I mean, the aim assist is there, but you still have to adjust it towards the head. That is something that you need to keep an eye on as to where the bullets are going. Obviously, I mean, the damage numbers do add up in the end, and as Angela also pointed out, just the first game and on Bermuda as well, so players I think now are going to be warmed up, will have a knowledge of how their opponents like to play and what sort of formation they sort of lead into the game. But with that, before we jump into the next game, we're going to take a very short break and grab ourselves some Mountain Dew. You do the same. We'll be right back.
Airtel India Esports Talk continues its quest to find best esports athletes. The party has reached Northeast India with the Northeast Esports Summit. 2 new esports titles, Clash of Clans and FreeFire, 4 qualifiers, 1 grand final, prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees, a golden opportunity to rank up on the national leaderboard of India's best esports athletes. Northeast, are you ready? Qualifier 1 registrations from 14th to 26th October. Airtel India Esports Talk continues its quest to find best esports athletes. The party has reached Northeast India with the Northeast Esports Summit. 2 new esports titles, Clash of Clans and FreeFire. 4 qualifiers, 1 grand final, prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees. A golden opportunity to rank up on the national leaderboard of India's best esports athletes. Northeast, are you ready? Qualifier 1 registrations from 14th to 26th October.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Of course, this is qualifier number 2, match number 2 a year, Free Fire for the Northeast Summit. If there's a team you're supporting, go ahead, hashtag any summit and let us know. Also, if you're a team out there looking to register, go hashtag I want to register for the Northeast Summit, and hopefully someone will give you the link very soon. But for now, of course, this is Purgatory onto your screens. I wish you joining me. How are you doing, and what are you expecting from this particular game today?
Well, I'm expecting fights, and that's what I am getting, as it has started already. As you can see onto the southern side where Mill is, that's where players are. I mean, Arrow, he's trying everything. He's starting up with everything. He's trying to take the players down, but then, you know, what goes around comes around, so shots are being fired on him as well, as he will have to move away from Lubber Mill's area right now. But, well, he does not want to back up with a fight, so he might just go again with everything. So Purgatory, the previous game was incredibly interesting, but now this game might be a pace changer for quite a lot of teams.
Absolutely, but he's warmed up for now. And of course, few shots there getting dealt onto Arrow. He's going to be a little careful, yeah. He could be the first fall that could be taken here for Team 1-man RB. But meanwhile, it's going to be first blood there going in favor of Bordris. He's going to get that and be very happy about that. That kid, you kill lead coming on to his own teammate over there. Another quick kill coming out here for this team. And it getting another quick one there for their team. But now, of course, team number 5, they want to take a few more kills. Pretty early aggression coming out today on Purgatory.
It's looking decent. It's looking pretty good, I would say. But then on to the other side is where some more fights are actually happening. But, you know, that's just a swap of kill leaders if we have to talk about it. But the major thing that's happening is, you know, the players have to move forward again. In less than 60 seconds, players have to move up, and they should be geared up with everything, because with that, they will have to get the maximum of the energy utilization as they have to go with the fights. And that's where Red Bull just comes, and it gives you the energy that you need. And maybe it will be giving you wings as well. But no, just like talking about this, right now, team number 10 is doing incredible as they are taking players and matter in their own hands. You have to spot someone from a backline side, but no, one-on-one being taken down, and that's where Revival should be coming in slowly and steadily. But team number 10, they are still surviving as of now, but there's one player surviving from team number 5, and he will have to run away.
Very sad start ever. Team number 5, they lost already 3 players from their team, but rotations coming from team number 10, absolutely on point. One-man army looking to continue their push. Meanwhile, you have to remember, in the previous match that they played in match 1, they didn't really have the best scorecard, so they're looking to get that booyah for themselves. Of course, onto your screens, it's going to be Legend to Slays, yeah. Team number 7. Good, very. He's got whatever he requires. He's looking for the right positioning. Very close to team number 7 is team number 6 and team number 3. Now, team number 6 also very well positioned. Axom looking to just make sure they can get a few more kills onto the board for themselves. But now, of course, team number 7, I think they're pretty safe. They're just rotating, making sure they get the right loot for themselves. But the worrisome thing here is that they've already lost one team, and the kill lead at the end of the day is where all the action will be coming down to at the end of this day. But let's see what everybody's plan here is. Purgatory, for now, looting is on its way.
I mean, so to say, the first circle is going to be coming in as well, and we have to see where the circle actually goes down, right? Because that's where the players will have to go. We saw a lot of teams taking fight in the final circles. I mean, talking about 4th, 5th, 6th circle is where the maximum number of fights were happening. But before that, every team, you know, has to just move in from one corner to the other. Hutweldy, I mean, in the previous game, this person from team number 7 was one of the first one to fall down, but this time he is looking promising, has a VSS for his own self as we talk and as we speak. Danger Zone is where a few of these players are right now. You can see they need to just not go out, otherwise it will be a bad news for them. So they have found up a house for themselves, and they'll be looking decent, they'll be looking good. But the most important thing is, how does the rotation pay a homage to them? I mean, look at this, Halloween costumes being used up to its perfection if we talk about Free Fire. But after 20 seconds, after these 20 seconds just come in, movement will be the key.
Absolutely. Assam United, of course, didn't have a good run there on Bermuda in the previous map. They can't have a similar result here. This qualifier number 2, it's very difficult to make it to the finale. So they're looking to end up with at least a few kills on the board for themselves. And now, of course, you see God, newer rocks, just roaming around the map, making sure he knows that team number 11 is there, just scouting it out for the rest of his team to come in and maybe make that rotation for themselves. Meanwhile, you do see team number 11 looking very comfortable. And now, of course, the danger zone has left them, so we could see them start moving on to the other side. Meanwhile, God, he's going to be calling it his teammates. They could mostly get these kills onto the board for themselves. 33 alive, 10 teams onto this map as of now. And calm and composure is seeming to be key here for the rest of the team. But meanwhile, Assam United, if they do get this one team down, they definitely will move forward when it comes to their final standings. I really feel they're lacking behind quite a bit. For now, John Carr, he's going to get a quick kill there onto Ichigo. Meanwhile, King Bats, he's going to be able to take a kill there on board to die. So there's going to be another 2 players taking a fall there super quick.
As of now, yeah, the players are taking up a fall, but the most important thing that we still have to remember is team number 6. They need to have a good game in this one. I mean, previous game was not onto the points right now. Same goes for team 11 as well. I mean, last time this team struggled just a bit, but they got the game, ups and downs for themselves. But right now, if you're talking about the gun loadout that these players and these teams have, I can see a few scars as well, some MP40s being used as well. So players will be looking up with everything that they have in their arsenal to take down. Nayan has a scar for his own, but can he actually scar his opponent? That's one thing. I mean, players have been spotted. They have spotted each other. Invader might just go down, but nope. Assam United, they still need their first kill. They need to open up their bank account with the kills, and that is right in front of their house.
Absolutely. It's facing them in the eye, and they need to trade, if nothing else. For now, Invade, he's repositioned himself. Meanwhile, United, he's onto the side there. Bappen, meanwhile, he's in the central part. Now, team number 6, they are in position. Nayan could take a shot if he wants to, but giving away his position could be of a risky affair. Yeah, they are looking to also see if who's going to make the first move here. The person who makes the first move, technically, always seems to be on the losing end, in my opinion. So they're going to be really careful. But now, 3 of their heroes, 3 of their players are sitting in the same area, hoping to see if Axom Clutch can maybe make a movement here. Finally, Invade, he's moving forward. They do see him. There, he scouts this out. He's going to be running down instantly, but now, of course, the fight has begun there. Bappin going up now. He knows Team 6 is right there. The rest of the team, of course, rotating it, but this could be dangerous here. There are 2 versus 3, and this could be risky. Axom getting a few shots there. The trays are there. Dan taking a lot of hits here. Neurox is going to be falling first. Meanwhile, on backline, Clutch getting a few more shots there. Another quick kill for him. Meanwhile, Clutch getting a second one, doing well for himself. Assam United moving in the right direction. RE, they need to be careful. They got really aggressive over there, but finally they were able to do it. Team number 6 going to be the next one to fall, and they are going to be going ahead there with a kill lead also.
I mean, yeah, kill lead has been taken away as well. So right now, this team, if we're talking about this team right now, they were in top 3 almost in the previous game, right? So they were trying to do everything good for themselves. But, well, this game, they need to step up again because Booyah is important. That gives you much more of a lead of points as well. Plus, 1 kill gets you a specific amount of points for your own self. Talking about this one again, if we're talking about the stuff that is happening, and that is not movement inside the circle is important, and they are inside the zone. And I could see an MT49 on the drop as well. That means players will be looking on to loot that. Brasilia, look at that. Brasilia kind of becomes a central line of the zone right now, and that's where 2 teams are. Obviously, won't be taking up a fight against each other because that's where the danger zone is. But Marble Works and Fire Brigade, those areas are where the rotations have to come. So zone-concentric areas, that's where fights might just happen.
Absolutely. They're very careful areas that these teams need to be in. Right now, team number 3, 4, and 10 entering the zone area with comfort. Right, team number 9, they are almost there. Team 1 looking very confident, but meanwhile, we look at team number 5. They're so far away from the others, and they could mostly enter this area. But campsite is another place where team number 8 now making their way. It does feel like everybody's doing all right for now. You do see the loot box also onto your screen. What do you think of this airdrop today, Ocean?
I would say, it all comes down to if the players want to go for this one or not, because M249 is obviously a pretty good gun if you're talking about this. But look at this. All right, so players are trying to quick scope the areas. If they spot someone, they might just want to take 1 or 2 down. That's important. But in less than 1 minute, the next circle is going to be coming in as well, and the players will have to look for that as well. Team number 11, look at this. High on the kills, high on the frags right now. They have the top kill leader numbers for themselves. But still, if you have to see where the fights might just go and might just drop in, all the teams are ready to give out their everything. Because obviously, this is just the second match. After this, 3 matches are still left. But team number 10 is ready to knock onto the doors of team number 11. And once they do it, we will be seeing one of the best fights that might just witness up right now. Look at this team number 10. The players are moving in, have a baseball bat in their hands. But that's not important. You need to go with the guns, and they are ready with it.
Oh, you do see one of the players from Team 10 getting completely scouted out there by Team 11, very patiently getting their momentum set here. Team 10, they want to take the skill, but Team 11 very much ready. They are in the right position. And with that kill lead on their side, it does feel like Respect could turn this around. Remember, they are 4 players, and that is quite an amazing thing to have after, they took such big fights and were able to keep all of them alive. So now Team 10, knowing that this could be risky for them, they're just going to walk away, not wanting to attack this team for now. But meanwhile, Respect, got to give them some respect. I mean, they've got those 4 kills for themselves, looking very confident this matchup. Meanwhile, Team 10 Arrow, he did take a few shots right at the beginning of these fights, but now he's safe and sound. They're going to be seeing Team 7 next, right next to them, and I don't think they realize that Team 7 is over there. So this will be interesting to see how they really battle that area of Meanwhile, Team 7, Pablo, another player who stood out there in the previous matchup. Can he really do it this time? Can he survive all the way till that final circle? We are going to find out. For now, Team 10, they are against a team that have more players in them, so it could be a little riskier. But Team 10 repositioning. IDC MRH, he is seeing them walk around, and he could mostly try and move forward in this. He could make an attack. He's just going to bend down to make sure he doesn't get scouted out right over there.
Well, it is happening, but scouting is important, moving is important. Movement just comes down to the most important factor, and the most important thing. We'll have to see how it just goes down. Well, Pablo has a good gun for his own self, but the fight is still on a hold right now. On to the other side, if you're talking about this one, team number 7 is taking down Dustus. Pablo cannot become Escobar. He goes down, and team number 7 is trying everything onto their lines if they can just take down one player, and this might be it. This might be it. One player, now take down 3 players if you can. No. They understood it. They knew when to go down, and they just went down in the hint of the time.
Absolutely, but Team 7 now, they're giving up where they really are, and that's going to be really dangerous for them. Team 7, slays are going to be slayed mostly. He's going to get another bomb drop onto him, and he's trying to get out of there. Repositioning is going to be difficult here, and he's on the run, but no, Team 10, they're not going to let that happen. Aru setting up a few more shots there, going to be able to clear that out with MRH. Right before he's taking a fall there, they get a few shots onto Arrow, and MRS still getting a few more shots, being able to do quite a bit of damage there to team number 10, and going to be getting another kill in his favor. New kill leader, yet again, this time around a one-man army.
A one-man army again, being the one-man army that they are known for, that they are famous for, that they understand how to do it correctly. They are looking pretty good, pretty decent. Look at this. Now the circle, where the circle is, team number 8 is holding the center lines of the zone right now. Brasilia, again, an important area as we were talking about. The rotations from Brasilia will be important to be done in order to, just get that booyah. And players and teams, 8 teams surviving, 23 players alive. But right now, team number 3, they have their lines out. The team of Puri, they are looking for their second booyah of the day. The first game was incredible, and they are trying to hint down all the pressure once again. In less than 10 seconds, movement should be the key for all these players.
Absolutely. Team of Puri, I mean, the previous match, they were phenomenal. Of course, this time around, they have only 2 players, so it does feel like they're on the losing end, but they could fight back. 2 players are equal to 4 if played right. For now, of course, team number 11 circling around team number 3. They want to take down this team. They know that the booyah came to them. They don't want to let it go back to them again. Meanwhile, now, CGV, he's getting a few shots onto him, almost half into life. Naira, meanwhile, he is the only one surviving now. You do see team 11 scouting around the map. They want to find this player, but Naira repositioning, hiding in that one house, making sure that team 11 hasn't yet seen him. But they are, of course, their spidey senses are tingling. They know what they want to do, and hosting Naira is going to be the next one to fall. But meanwhile, the circle is closing, and that is where the problems start occurring. We have to see team number 11 leave their safe spot now. Naira far away from comfort. He needs to start moving also, but team 11, they're getting a little desperate for this one. They want to take this kill, but they're first going to get into the circle.
I mean, Zone's actually constantly just damaging them out. Naira as well, but Naira can take at least one play down with him. No, Naira wants to move. Naira wants to move fast. And look at this. That fast-paced movement is coming up pretty good for Naira, and that's where the first hit is being popped up right now. Almost saving. And Team Apuri, I mean, this team is in a bit of dust right now because last game was incredible. This time they are struggling to stay in top 7, top 8 alive as we just speak.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, when you get that first booyah, all the attention from the rest of the teams kind of fall on you and they look to always attack you down first. So a lot relying there on that one particular player from Team 3. Hopefully he can make it at the top 2. But for now, of course, advancing it again into the central parts. Team number 8 getting quite a few shots there onto team number 9. They want to take that player down. Shrek Smash looking to convert this. Itil in a little bit of trouble. Jen needs to get out of there if he wants to be safe. The rest of his team still out of the circle, trying to come in there. Meanwhile, team number 1 also closing into this fight. Team 8, meanwhile, beautiful positioning coming out from them. They can actually attack any single team they want. Their cover is on point, but now, of course, Team 10, the kill leaders, making their entrance there. Team 11 looking to convert that from Respect, coming in forward now.
Well, Nara is moving in as well. Again, the movement is coming in as we just talk and as we speak. I mean, right now, survival is the key. If Nara manages to get into top 3, I would say that will be good. But, you know, before that, it's going to be a long road, long journey right now. And look at this. Team number 4's player just moving in onto the upward direction. Team number 10 struggling a lot right now. Arrow is trying to spot the players, take him down. But right now, Arrow cannot as he has to get out. A bad decision, a bad outing. Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to see how this goes on. But no, one-man army gets eliminated as Arrow goes down as well, and team number 11 is looking incredible. Shrek Smash onto the other side is having an upper area for themselves, but they have to go down because the zone is onto the downside. If they don't jump from here, they have to go for the leap of faith, otherwise it will be a bad decision.
They don't jump from here. That's a really hard position to be in, I must say. Team number 1, meanwhile, they've been a little silent for a while. They want to be in that top last circle. Meanwhile, now Jer just trying to do whatever he can, getting a few shots down to team number 1. His teammate going to be joining him. They've got the cover, but that's not going to be enough. Meanwhile, we do see Side Army there make their entrance. They've only got 1 kill till now in their name, but they have all their 4 players alive. And getting this booyah could definitely convert their scorecard at the very end. Being very patient now. They do know team number 9 is there, getting a few shots onto them, but finally sharing those shots, trading evenly. Meanwhile, team 1 now again repositioning. Deathstroke there onto your screens, getting a few more shots there on team number 9, closing this in now. Team 9 a lot of trouble, could lose another player, and with that, of course, the only team that I really see converting this now is going to be Team Respect.
Well, probably we'll have to see, you know, how it all just goes down. But right now, as you can see, Side Army, the players are moving forward. Team number 9 might be in a bit of a trouble as well, as they have to get in. But no, they are being spotted. They have been taken down slowly and steadily. But no one has been finished as of yet. But the grenades are moving in. One player goes down, but a grenade comes in from their side as well. But before it happens, they are trying to take the players down. Deathstroke is trying to do everything. Deathstroke has always been a Side Army unit for his own team, as we just talk about it in the DC universe as well. But right now, Deathstroke, he's trying to do everything in this one, is moving a bit back for his own teammates. Seems like a good cover.
Absolutely. Team 1 got those 6 kills, and they also could get that booyah, taking their overall scorecard. Really, really strong. But Team 11, they're looking to take that away. Meanwhile, Team 8 now, a few shots onto them. They got to be a little careful. And meanwhile, Deathstroke onto the ground now. He needs to be careful. He could be the next one of all. King Baz going to be taking a fall there. Team 1, a little bit of trouble. John Carr making his rotation, but he's going to be the next one to fall mostly. Team 9, a little bit of trouble. He could be the last one to go, but John Carr just running around the map, getting another kill for himself. The circle's closing. RK, Respect, they're looking to do whatever they can, but finally Respect coming out on the top there. What a beautiful game coming out from this team. They had the lead from the very beginning, and at the end, their final player converting it for themselves.
This was a Respect moment, if you just talk about it. The way they took this fight, the way they end up everything. I mean, the circle was ending, they were ending, but still they were like, let's go for the game, and they went for the game in one of the most incredible fashions. I mean, hats off. Huge respect. That's all I can say right now.
Absolutely. I mean, I did feel like at the end they were all like headless chickens running around the map, but Respect somehow being able to survive, and only 1 player. I think it was the most evened out final circle that we saw. Each team had just 1 player surviving, and it all came down to just your aim and your skill. And over there, of course, Respect standing out, getting that second booyah. Of course, this is only match number 2 of Purgatory, so they still have 3 more maps to get it. But if you look at their overall skill card, I think they've done really well today for themselves.
Yeah, they have done enough. They have done incredible. I mean, so now it comes on, just like you said, the overall card, right? Because after this, previously we just had the game standings. Now we're going to go to the overall standings and whatnot. So their Respect might have a pretty good outing, because the team that actually had the first position in the previous game, the booyah that they had in the previous game, they went down in the 8th position.
Absolutely. So, and anything can happen in a game of Free Fire. This is just match number 2. So let's head back to the desk, and then we'll see you on Bermuda again.
One incredible game after the other, man. What else can you ask for?
You know, we did say They
Yeah.
need some wings. The teams that were not doing really well, and certainly this did help them. Getting that amazing booyah out there. It was intense though, I must say. It all came down to the final circle, and it was the boys from Respect that, came out on top. And this is the best part about, Battle Royales. It's always completely unexpected. You never know where the zone is going to.
Exactly.
It really, fortune favors the brave, as they call it. And, Respect did
You know
gain
what?
our respect in this
I've
one.
also been a little under the weather. I need some Red Bull in me as well, so even I'm gonna open up.
No,
a can right
I
now.
would also suggest after that, do try the low sugar one. That's
I have tried it.
Oh.
I have tried it.
there you go. He
There's
does
the
not
empty
tell
can,
me.
right?
I mean, okay, now that you've already had it,
You
of
don't
course.
share yours with me as well, so this is.
I
mine
mean,
now.
I would not bother sharing my Red Bull with you, Johnny. And you need to get your own can.
I have my own can now, and so
But
do
we
the
do have our
players
own
as well,
fridge.
based on how the match went. Because, coming down to literally the very last moment in the game,
Yeah.
1v1 situation, player getting caught off guard, and it was pretty incredible. Some of the moments we got to see in this matchup as well.
Yeah, of course. And, it's just got started.
Yeah.
2 games gone, a few more games to go. And, with the way all these teams are performing, I'm really, excited to see what they have to offer in the next map. That's going to be Bermuda. So
Exactly.
the thing with, Bermuda and Purgatory is they're 2 different maps, 2 different circumstances. In Bermuda, we saw a completely different kind of outing. It was a rather hilly slope. But this time it was plain areas around. And, all these teams, just right from the get-go, we get to see a lot of squad fights. The teams were actually going really aggressive, not
Yeah.
really keeping things till the end. And the final usage of, I really felt, you could have used a few more walls out there, few more go walls, but it's absolutely okay. As long as you keep performing, as long as you get that booyah, I mean,
Yeah.
you're good to go.
Exactly, getting that booyah is going to be important unless you manage to get a lot of kills for yourself. But those fights can be pretty tricky, especially as we did talk about it before the game started. That most of the fights do occur towards the later stages of the game, mostly towards the end. That's why it's so chaotic.
It's all
And
about the caffeine rush, man.
exactly, you definitely need a rush coming in. Otherwise, as you said, if you don't have the wings, you won't be able to fly towards the booyah.
Do you see them behind me?
I do see them.
I'll pretty soon have a halo in front above my head though.
Yeah.
But that being said, perfectly, you need these kind of charge ups every single time now and then, considering how all the casters, how all the players, have to play throughout. It's a long game, having 5 games
I'm
per
pretty
day.
sure our casters
Yeah.
are also having some Red Bull right now.
And then they're very
They are not sharing
strange.
either.
Yeah, but we do have our own fridge, so that really does not matter. We
We're
can
too
even
greedy.
get it restocked.
We are too greedy with our Red Bulls, and the teams are too greedy, in fact, with the points that they need. So we're gonna have a look at the standings now and see how things went out in this game.
There you go. Team Respect. Some massive kills coming out. Total number being 12, out of which we did see in the point standings that you have 2 points per kill.
Yeah.
So, courtesy to that, 44 points. And, this is what I really like. Shrek Smash also coming in. Then we also had the West Side Army. So, those teams that could not really perform in Bermuda
Yeah.
now have finally stepped up. And, one team has been really consistent. That is IIT Lang. With the way they've managed to get the 4 kills. And 21 points is not shabby either.
But I think trouble arises in the fact when you see that West Side Army are the only consistent team in this one.
Yeah.
Last time also finishing in the third, fourth position. This time on the third, and they have decent number of points accumulated for themselves from both the games. So they are doing really well for themselves. But this sort of makes things a little bit more chaotic when we move to the overall standings and see how
Yeah.
the rest of the teams are going to be doing.
Because, one thing for certain, Assam United is completely,
yeah.
Not in the game right now. 2 back-to-back bad performances. Now they really need to step up. Same goes for Team Bad. Puri, after that one booyah, this time around, all they could manage was a few placement points. But certainly with the level of competition that we have going on this week, because last week we did not have enough teams, but this week, with everyone really joining the party, and those final circles are so intense. And right from the start, we get to see all these teams making those pushes inside the warehouse, making those perfect rotations, and this is just the start. These are
Yeah.
just the qualifiers. I mean, imagine if it's so high octane already. What is exactly going to happen during the finals?
Well, the finals are going to be super intense, but we do have the leaderboard in front of us as well, and Shrek Smash, 55 points coming in, 28 kills in total, pretty good performance. No booyahs though. And
Yes.
West Side Army as well. No booyahs, but 50 plus points already collected for them.
You know, consistency has always been the key when you play battle
Yeah.
royales like FreeFire. So because you have to be consistent, you have to keep those kills coming, you have to keep those position points. Does not really matter if you get booyahs every single game. Look at Respect. You know, just that one game and a good kill performance. Now they're right on the third spot, and they got something around 42 points out of it, which means in the first game they just had 4 points. So you can imagine how much a single game and a high kill game can impact your performance. But like we mentioned, Team Bads and Assam United, and in fact Huyo as well. So these are the teams that I'll be looking forward to in the match number 3, where we have Bermuda also coming in fray.
Yeah.
And well, my friend, I believe we need to take a drop at the Bhima Sakti strip already.
Definitely. That place was pretty interesting and pretty hectic. We love chaos, don't we?
Imagine taking a dive from there all the way with a can of Red Bull. Certainly gives you the wings.
Yeah, definitely going to dominate the game
Yeah.
if you have a can of Red Bull with you. But as I mean, it is going to be an interesting thing because we have 3 more matches to go now.
Yeah.
And the teams are going to look forward to turning things around for themselves. Also, I mean, we did see the leaderboard. Unlike the last time, as you mentioned as well, instead of just 2 teams performing really, really well, this time it is everyone doing their level best inside of the game to earn the slots in the finals. And while they do that, we're going to try and finish this fridge of Red Bull behind us. And you guys take a very short break. Grab yourselves a can as well. We'll see you after this.
Airtel India Esports Talk continues its quest to find best esports athletes. The party has reached Northeast India with the Northeast Esports Summit. 2 new esports titles, Clash of Clans and FreeFire, 4 qualifiers, 1 grand final, prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees, a golden opportunity to rank up on the national leaderboard of India's best esports athletes. Northeast, are you ready? Qualifier 1 registrations from 14th to 26th October. Airtel India Esports Talk continues its quest to find best esports athletes. The party has reached Northeast India with the Northeast Esports Summit. 2 new esports titles, Clash of Clans and FreeFire, 4 qualifiers, 1 grand final, prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees, a golden opportunity to rank up on the national leaderboard of India's best esports athletes. Northeast, are you ready? Qualifier 1 registrations from 14th to 26th October.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Northeast Summit. And of course, we're moving into match number 3. Now, this is going to be back on Bermuda. And we already finished 2 matches where we've seen some exceptional games. But joining me, of course, I have Ocean yet again. I just saw Respect get 44 points. I think they're doing brilliant for themselves.
Well, I mean, this is what we could just say as of now. And talking about other teams and whatnot in this one, I can see a few fights happening alongside Peaks area, and maybe just maybe Mars Electric, because that's where a few teams are. But Speculated Circle, as we could see, can be onto the other side as well. So teams might have to just move in with the rotations. I mean, Shipyard, look at this team number 1, Shipyard. They don't have anyone near them, so they are pretty happy right now.
Absolutely, they're doing pretty fine for themselves, far away from everybody else. Meanwhile, Team 5, they're also doing okay. They're sitting at Clock Tower, collecting the required loot. Team number 7, of course, they could be in a little trouble there because they are very close to Team number 8. Meanwhile, Team number 3, they are in the center point, on the peak, just relaxing, making sure that even wherever the circle comes, they mostly will be pretty close to it. Meanwhile, now the concern is on Team number 6 and Team number 9. They're pretty far out on this map. Meanwhile, Team number 2 now heading into Sentosa. They could go ahead, carry up the loot there, and then maybe head back. But there's going to be a bridge in between, still have to be really careful. Meanwhile, Cape Town, I do see quite a bit of action brewing over there. Nice rotations coming in there from team number 7. They all are circling team number 8. So we could see the first few kills be taken down over there. There are 10 teams playing this map for now and 38 players alive.
Well, as of now, yes, a few players are alive, but the most important thing is that how can these players, just get up onto those fights? Because right now, 38 are alive, but when we'll be just talking about in a few minutes, just 1 or 2 or maybe 3 will be alive, or maybe 4 as well if there's a perfect squad that's just going with everything. So let's just have a look into how it just gets down. But with the players and with the loot, as we are just seeing baseball bats, katanas, pans, yeah, that's those are good weapons. But if you talk about different kind of weapons, I could see a few AKs as well, a few scars in the hands of the players as I was just seeing, and a few of them are just roaming around from one side to the other. And from Pochinok is where team number 4 is moving away, because there was another team right on their backends, and it seems like they don't want any part of the fight right now.
I mean, Shrek Smash, they had a good run there in the previous matchup, and they're looking to again make it in the top 3, top 4. Angel stood out there for me, specifically from this particular team. So we're looking to see what they're up to this time around. Not taking those early game fights could be a good option for them. They need to try and get that booyah for themselves. Not yet made their mark here in the Northeast Summit, but exceptional players, I must say. Meanwhile, Shrek, all the 4 players alive. We could keep their eyes out onto them, just getting that final loot. But now team number 3, very slowly and sneakily heading into the same area, and that's where we could see a little action brewing up over the next course of seconds. But now, of course, time's been up, and the first circle is going to be launching in soon. Team number 3 making their rotation, coming in there. Meanwhile, onto your screens now, team number 1. But now shots getting fired there between team number 4 and team number 3. Let's see what happens right around the corner.
I mean, as of now, in less than 130 seconds, first zone is going to be closing in, and that's where the teams have to rotate if they are not rotating as of yet. But look at this. Team number 4, they have to take up a fight against team number 3, and they are pretty close to each other. I mean, they are just looting in as of now, and then a movement will be the key, because if you're outside the zone, taking up a fight and then moving inside the circle, it becomes a different scenario. But right now, they are trying to spot the players and take him out, but this is where altitude difference just comes in. You are trying to take down the shots, but from the upper side is where those opponents will take the shots on you as well. But right now they are just moving back. AUG in the hands, but well, switching on back to the katana, because that's where the movement comes in. But no, one player goes down, and already Shrek Smash is down with 3 players. They lost 1 early into the game.
I mean, it's a difficult place to be when you have that height advantage early on in the game. You definitely are on the losing end if you're on the lower ground. So this is definitely not something that we were expecting here from Shrek Smash, but hopefully they can keep up with the 3 players today. Meanwhile, now onto your screens now, we see Assam United. Good performance coming in from them in the previous match, but yet again, not a booyah in their favor. They're going to get rotated in there. There's team number 9 right across. Axom Clutch, he did get a good opening there in the previous match. He was able to take down team number 9 with these. Can he do something similar this time around? Tanya onto your screen. Team number 9, not many players alive, so they have to be a little careful on how they really approach the subject. Actually, there's only about 1 player. They make that 2. MRH, of course, he did be fine. It's going to be shot at there now by Dan, and he would have to get out of there just to safety. But Axom Clutch in the front line, scouting out for the rest of his team. They could be taking a few kills here. Nyan, meanwhile, with Axom, chilling in the floor right below this and waiting for the idle movement to take this down. They're going to be heading upstairs now. Make sure that team number 9 doesn't have any more space to run out from. Clutch in the front line. Now he knows where the team is. He's going to whiz guard, shoot them both down, and that's going to be team number 9 getting few more shots onto them. Mostly out of this match now.
I mean, they put a wall for themselves, but right now another again this time. But no, wall being created again. Walls and walls and walls is what they are doing back to back. But they cannot get away from these nades, right? This is where it goes down. Boom! And it is down as Axom Clutch takes down kills for his own self. This was an interesting start from for Assam United. And right now finishes are coming up, and Assam United gets 2, and Clutch those out.
Assam United, I mean, they did the same in the previous matchup. They know really how to close in on certain teams, and that definitely works in their favor. Got to give those Texas 2 points for themselves onto the board, but that really felt like an inception, those walls into walls. They did feel it would work in their favor, but not for very long. This is, of course, just match number 3. We still have 2 matches after this. Time for the teams to fight back. Meanwhile, you do see team number 7 there leading that kill scorecard for themselves. But meanwhile, team number 3 in the center of everything. They all 4 players are alive. They've still not completely made their mark, I must say. Deathstroke doing really well in the previous matchup, but apart from that, none of the players have really stood out for me. For now, of course, team number 3 getting shot at. Team 2, my apologies, triple kill in favor there for team number 7.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Triple kill just coming out there for this team. But now moving inside the circle is something that you have to do, because the warning signs on, and it's warning you. You need to get in, and you need to get in right now. Otherwise, the damage will be enough. But no, for them right now, loot seems like a decent thing, and they have good loot. Now movement comes in. 4 kills into the name of this team. But can they move fast? I mean, that's the thing that they need. Look at this. How far away are they? Cape Town. They are just outside the zone from where the zone's starting to move. I mean, they have to get inside the zone pretty quick, because zone is moving, and slowly and steadily it's getting away from them. Same goes for the players of team number 2.
I mean, they're really far out. Sentosa, not even close to where they're supposed to be. But hopefully, they're already on the bridge now. And all the teams have really left them behind. So they could easily just make that run, hold that pan in their hand, and make sure that they have enough momentum and speed. But now, look at where team number 9 is. We have 1 solo player. In my opinion, I think that's Pablo, if I'm not wrong. And he's all alone in this little fight of life for himself. Meanwhile, side army now, no one to your screens. Only been able to get 1 kill. In the previous game, of course, they were able to secure 4 to 5 kills. So they were doing pretty fine for themselves, hoping to turn something similar, but now far away from comfort. They do see team number 5 and team number 6 rotating very close by, and this could be another big one for themselves. Meanwhile, team 3, they need to heal up a little bit. This could be a little dangerous. Meanwhile, team 6, they are getting into the circle. They see team number 5, few shots getting paired. Their team 5, limited trouble. Clutch needs to get out. He is in a lot of trouble. Deathstroke running a little low on health. Going to just put up his cover for now. Team 3, meanwhile, they want to rotate back him. Still shots getting fired there. A little bit of trouble, but let's see who comes on the top.
As of now, I'm inside Army's players. They are trying to do everything, and look at this. Legend to Slays has been eliminated. That puts it down to 9 teams, 29 players alive right now. One good shot would have taken him down, but John Coy is still not becoming John Wick right now, as he is not able to take the players down. He needs to go for a good start. His health is not up to its fullest, but still no fight has been lost by this person right now. Axom Clutch again is trying to do everything, has 2 kills for his own self, but right now Zone's going to be a damaging portion as well. Gordon is ready for the teams that are going to be coming out. They're trying to dish out the damage, did not connect a single shot. Will start again, will try again. Can he take him down this time? I mean, he needs to spot them, and he needs to do it right now, but he is being shot at onto the other sides as well.
Meanwhile, while all the shenanigans was going on, we saw Pablo getting 2 kills there. He was a solo player, so good kite there for that particular one. Meanwhile, Team 5 now, they need to do something here. They're rotating right on point, but Team 3 very close to them. Need to be careful how they really play out these rotations. Team 6, meanwhile, very away from where they should be. Shots getting fired down to Axom. He's going to be the mostly next one to fall. Very low on health. Deathstroke in the front line over there. Going to be Axom so far from his team. Mostly going to be out. And King Bands finally getting a kill in his favor. Meanwhile, now Team 7, they want a part of this this fun, and they're going to be entering the zone. But Team 5, meanwhile, still getting those shots off onto Team number 3. 3-2 in this particular matchup, but Team 7 now coming to clean up the mess. They want all the fun here. Deathstroke going to be the first one to fall mostly. Don Carr, meanwhile, he's taking a few shots there, but 7 hitting so hard there. And Itil getting another quick kill onto them, but still Team 3 looking very confident. Team 7 still moving in. Team 3 getting a few more shots. Cover is available for Team 7, but how long are they going to survive? Meanwhile, God on the backlines getting a shot there, and RMB still looking to close this, but Team 3 surrounding themselves for now.
I mean, look at this thing. He took all the fights. Now he's popping up a first hit, but the players are on to the opposite side. He has spotted them. He spotted them. They're not taking the shots right now. Shotguns being used to its perfection. UAV is going to be coming out there. We're going to see some more drops just dropping in. Godnan has to reload the Scar for his own self. Reload has been done. Now, can he just take those players down? I mean, there's no one that you can see from this distance, but if you see, have a look on the map, onto the side of Peak is where those players are and where the fights are happening. But Godnan, it gives him ample amount of time to just get his movement inside the next circle, because zone is crucial.
Absolutely. And within the last 1.5 minutes, the tides have turned completely. Suddenly, Assam United, from doing really well for themselves, have just got 2 players alive. And that's going to be risky there. They need to make it into the next stroke. Meanwhile, onto the other side, you do see team number 6. They seem to be ideal for this particular map, doing pretty fine for themselves. Got all their 4 players alive. But team 5, meanwhile, they have just those 2. But team 3, this team has really stood out for me. They've not only been able to take down the kill-leading team, but they've also been able to survive with 3 players for themselves. Meanwhile, now, of course, Itil, 1 player alive. But when you look at the number of kills they still have those 5 kills. So not bad at all for themselves. But let's see if RMB can pull out another 2 more kills and take that lead up onto the leaderboard today.
Yeah, I mean, that can happen. Taking the lead is one of the most important things. Taking the charge, another important thing as well, as we just speak and as we see. But the most important thing is how many kills can you get? Because, you know, we have seen a few teams is going down with 2-3 kills. We have seen teams going down with 6-7 kills. And kills are important. That's what the teams are going for again. So this team, we saw them, Team Apuri, having the first booyah. But since then, they have struggled just a bit. Right now, they're trying to get a kill for their own self, trying to land those shots. Some did land good, but the other ones were a problem. Onto the side of Katolitsua is where we might just see the circle going down. And yes, there it is, the central zone being turned up. That means team number 1 has a lot of room to play with.
They have the hugest advantage over here. Like, they've got secure zoning. But I must say, Apuri, they're doing pretty fine for themselves compared to match number 2. I mean, match number 1, definitely they did take it, but I did see them getting a little dicey in map 2. But now map 3 is where I do see the rotations doing really fine. It just comes down to how they really play it out in the final 3 seconds. So now a few shots there onto God. He's a final player surviving mostly from team number 5, and he's going to be shot down there by team number 1. 2 players alive for now. A few shots getting shared there from Respect, of course. Team number 10 just sending out a few shots to see if they connect, but not going to be able to do so. 9 teams alive for now, and God, meanwhile, he's just trying to find cover. I mean, he's having a hard time, I must say. But meanwhile, if you look closely, team number 4, they're not too far away from the other teams, and team 3, I still do feel they could get that kill lead if they just play a little bit more patient. Shrek Smash, really, they are doing pretty fine. They've got only 1 kill though, so they are aiming to get that booyah, I think, at the end of the day.
I mean, they are aiming for that, but you know, your aim should be with the right direction, both in the game and both for the booyah, and that's what this team will try to go for and will try to do it again. 9 teams are surviving, 23 players are left right now, and look at this, they have good covers for themselves, but right now revivals were coming in as well. Now deciding what to do. I could see some airdrop guns, M249 being used out here by Ichigo, but can Ichigo dish out the maximum damage with this gun? Because this gun can change quite a lot of things for you as well. But the most important thing, getting inside the circle. I mean, they are fairly close to the circle, but they need to move in.
Absolutely. This is the first time around really seeing City Hunters come up in the top 4-5 teams, and hopefully they can make it all the way to the top 3. But when you look at the number of players, they have all their 4 players alive. Born to Die, a player who has stood out, not had the best performances, but looking to make a conversion sometime around. But now look at that circle closing in. Everybody a little bit of trouble. I must say team 2 and team 5, they are the most worrisome teams for me right now. Team 1 doing pretty fine. Quick cover coming in there. Team 4 getting the rotation onto the point. They want to take down team 3. Deathstroke getting those few shots there. Apuri out of this fight for now, and that's going to be risky right as for getting a few more shots and also getting a new kill scorecard for the team. Shrek Smash looking to take this all the way till the booyah. Meanwhile, Side Army now taking that kill control. Meanwhile, Itil looking to share a few shots here. They have all their players alive, sitting on top there. Good conversion space for them. Team 6 looking to enter the circle now, and Team 10 onto the side of them. But I do feel somewhere that with this kind of advantage that Team 1 has, they could take it all the way for themselves.
I mean, they could take it all the way for themselves, but, still, you might just think it's your game onto the other movement. Once you're rotating, you might just lose the game as well. Right now, Grods are being used to its perfection, as well as Mata is trying to get kills for its own self, but just a bit failing. I mean, damage was done, but the conversion was not there. Had they see the players again, they might just go for it again. I mean, they are team number 4's players just moving in with the rotations. They are caught up. Look at this. Onto the northern side, there are a lot of teams onto the northern side, so they have to get inside the circle, and they cannot, because there are teams that are just going to be gatekeeping them. So that's where it all goes on. Team number 8, team number 4, team number 3, team number 6 are in a lot of trouble right now.
And talking about a lot of trouble, we see team number 3, the Kingmans, looking to convert for his team. Deathstroke on the sidelines, few shots getting shared there. Deathstroke taking down Ozak, so that's going to be a little risky. Their side army controlling that board for themselves. Triple kill in their favor. Continuing the rotation, they see team 6 there. They could maybe get a few shots there, but meanwhile on the side, as for killing streak here for this player, he's got 4 kills already in his favor. And now, of course, finally we see team 8. They want to go in for this fight now, and they have to. It's already almost time. Ben, meanwhile, getting a few shots there. Team 6, a little bit of trouble. Born to Die needs to make sure he gets that off for himself. Triple kill in his favor for now. Meanwhile, onto the other line, I do feel now we're down to those 4 teams, and this is where we're going to be deciding very soon who's going to get that booyah.
I mean, we'll have to see, and this might just happen in just a hint of a second, as we just see 9 alive, 4 teams surviving, and after this, the zone's going to be shrinking in. Less than 15 seconds is where we are right now. In less than a minute, we might just probably get the new Booyah team just out here. And look at this. I think Team Apuri will be looking for it again as the players are moving forward. But no, City Hunters gets eliminated right now. And this might be a bit of a troubling situation for other teams as well. Triple kill coming in for the players. Might just go for another one. Will they be acing this one? Not as such as we see, but triple kill has been confirmed. And now players have to move in. Movement is a crucial factor. Baseball bat in the hands, just not to move a bit faster. But this is where the center line comes in. And team number 1 in the center of the zone is where they are. Good bombs being dropped down onto the other side. This might just be a bad thing. And look at this. 1 more goes down. Team Aburi gets eliminated. 2 teams surviving. A 1v4 situation just coming in out here. And team number 1 is looking for everything as they are trying to take down the players. And there it is. A good big booyah coming from the boys.
I mean, this is crazy. They were named team number 1 this particular matchup, and they turned out to be the number 1 team in match number 3. Phenomenal performance. I mean, when you look at the way they performed throughout the whole matchup, you saw them always making sure that they entered the circle on time. Their positioning was on point. They never really let any of their players die. They didn't take those needed risks. They made sure that, okay, this is what they can do. This is what they will do. And in the end of the circle, they didn't really have a lot of kills till then. But then the way they kind of brought up those margins for themselves, I think that was brilliantly played. I do feel somewhere a few teams this time around, they were too far in the circle. They don't really need to do that. Coming back into the circle is where they really lost that momentum. But hopefully in match number 4, we'll have a different story to tell.
I mean, probably, because obviously that's going to be a different map as well, because this was Bermuda, that comes up with Purgatory. And with that match, I would say things might just look clear that where this day is going to end, right? Because a few teams that have already had their first position for themselves, first, second, third, fourth, that's where a few teams are. But a few teams, they haven't been on to that point of their gameplay. So probably next Purgatory might be for a good comeback of a known team.
Absolutely. Hopefully, we will see somebody new make it top onto that booyah. But for now, of course, let's head back to the desk and see what our hosts and analysts are doing.
I mean, the energy levels today aren't going down, are they?
No, of course not. When you have such amazing cans of Red Bull lying behind you. Even lately I've been gymming a lot, and well, I was figuring it out. Do I have a Red Bull for myself? Something really specific.
Why are you asking that question? We have an entire fridge.
I already had one.
Yeah. More than one. We've had quite a few by now. But
yeah,
it is quite incredible the way the matches have been going so far. And I mean, this map as well.
Yeah.
We did see some sort of consistency coming out, but again, the picture sort of remains the same. Most of the teams that perform in one game prior, the next one they sort of drop down.
So we have 2 teams of Italian.
Yeah.
So
normal and B.
Yeah. Then in the first game, we saw the Team A coming up on top, almost, making it to the top 3. And in the second game, well, they were just there, almost making it. They had been consistent, but this time, the second team really comes out of nowhere and grabs that booyah for themselves. And I believe, them holding that, high ground in the Watchtower, I think that really gave them a lot of vision, courtesy to which they got a lot of kills. The rotation was really nice. We did see the circle going just northwest towards our favorite spot. That was Bhima Sakti Strip. And, well, you need to have the cojones to pull off something like that. If you don't have that, grab yourself a can. I'm pretty sure that pretty much suffices.
Yeah, a can of Red Bull is going to give you wings, and that is going to be able to help you out in those fights. But I mean, I have to say, the talking about the fights, they do get pretty hectic towards the closing moments, and this time, not like Purgatory. I mean, this time it was Bermuda, so the teams were a little bit used to the situation and how their opponents.
OG map.
Yeah, exactly, OG map. So teams are used to the positioning and of every single structure, every single landscape that you come across, and I guess that is one reason where we do see the fights being a little bit more thought out.
Yeah, of course. And, apart from Iyalite Young, so, they did get the booyah this time around. They're going to get a lot of points. They've got quite a few kills to back them up. But one other team has been consistent, in Bermuda. That's Team Apuri, grabbing that booyah in the first one round and getting the third spot. One-man army also. Of course, again, being reduced to that one-man army. There was just one player. And he was just, kind of surrounded, and he could not really do much.
Exactly. Let's have a look at the standings and see how the points are going to be distributed after this game, ladies and gentlemen. And here they are in front of us right now.
So there you go. Massive 11 kill coming out, and courtesy to which you have those 22 kill points. And well, if you take a look at one-man army, right? So they just managed to get that one kill, and the positioning was spot on. But that is all you can do when you're just a one-man army. It's really difficult to get so many kills with 4 players surrounding you. But West Side Army have been pretty decent. They've been not getting the best of the position points, but they somehow do compensate with those kill points coming in for themselves. And Assam United, I must say, this was the game in which we can see some resurrection from this particular team. But Shrek Smash has been consistent.
Yeah, and here is why this game was a lot more interesting. Because look at that, West Side Army, an early exit, but still those 12 kill points coming in for them, 18 points in total. And at the end of the day, it's all about the points.
Yeah.
Yati Along, the normal one, not the B team, is on the 8th position right now. They have 3 placement points, but those 10 kills, getting those kills early on, I mean, definitely will be putting them in advantage. Let's have a look at the leaderboard and see how things change, because 42 points is a pretty big deal, but that is not going to be able to push them to the first position.
There you go. 77 massive points, and well, it just took that one booyah to rocket themselves up on the table. But Shrek Smash, they've been consistent, and consistency, like we've been mentioning a gazillion times, is the key in battle royales. Does not really matter if you get those booyahs, as long as you're getting those decent number of kill points, as long as you have the placement points, you're good to go. And that clearly reflects on your overall standings over here. One-man army, well, last match they did not get a lot of kills, just that one, but they're still in contention, right? But Johnny, one thing for sure that has been established, considering 3 games have already gone, we just have 2 more remaining. The top 3 are the ones who are going to qualify.
Exactly.
Just the top 3. And last time, if my memory serves me right, it was just that 1 point that was the differentiating factor from making it to the finals and being crashing out.
But also the last time the teams on the first 2 positions were pretty far ahead from the rest of the competition. So that sort of creates a lot of chaos for the teams below them. This time it is a close call to make, and we still have 2 more matches to go. So things are looking really intense.
Yeah, of course. When you are under pressure, you know what you gotta do, Johnny, right?
Yeah, you gotta do. I mistimed it a little bit, but I got it open. I'm gonna have my can. Fixes is, well, he's already done.
I believe you need to swap that out with me.
No,
I would prefer the.
We're gonna take a short break right now and figure out who gets the can. You guys do the same. We'll see you after this.
Airtel India Esports Talk continues its quest to find best esports athletes. The party has reached Northeast India with the Northeast Esports Summit. 2 new esports titles, Clash of Clans and FreeFire, 4 qualifiers, 1 grand final, prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees, a golden opportunity to rank up on the national leaderboard of India's best esports athletes. Northeast, are you ready? Qualifier 1 registrations from 14th to 26th October. Airtel India Esports Talk continues its quest to find best esports athletes. The party has reached Northeast India with the Northeast Esports Summit. 2 new esports titles, Clash of Clans and FreeFire, 4 qualifiers, 1 grand final, prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees, a golden opportunity to rank up on the national leaderboard of India's best esports athletes. Northeast, are you ready? Qualifier 1 registrations from 14th to 26th October.
Welcome back, everybody. This is match number 4 of qualifier number 2, and what an exciting 3 games we've had already. The players, the teams standing out in every single round to be part of the Airtel India Esports Tour Award. This, of course, is a Northeast Esports Summit brought to you by Nodwin Gaming and Red Bull, of course, and Airtel being an exceptional sponsor for all of us. This is the first time around, actually, that I've seen Airtel take this opportunity to bring out the best of the best Indian esports athletes, first of its kind ever. And joining me, of course, I have Ocean. It's Purgatory time. What are your thoughts about this year?
I mean, I want something different to happen from the previous Purgatory that we just saw, right? Because previous one was, all right, it was good, it was decent, teams won and everything. But this time, I don't want it to until the final circle. I want a fast fight, a fast-paced action. That's what I want. I want action right from the beginning, and that's what we will be in for. Of course, Brasilia, look at this. There are a few teams alongside the area of Brasilia. Meanwhile, all the other teams, I mean, I can see team number 4, the team that had a booyah in the previous game, they are looking good onto the moat house, like onto another mini island onto the north side.
Absolutely. You see there's this long river in the middle that's really dividing things. So that's why we're going to see all the action brewing once they try to cross that. But team number 7 now sitting at golf. They want to go collect their loot from them. Meanwhile, team number 3 and team number 1. Now they are very close to each other, so we could see something pan out over there. But meanwhile, on campsite, you do see team number 5 there looking very comfortable. Team 2, meanwhile, always on the far ends of the map. Hopefully, they can come into the center in the nick of time. They're sitting at crossroads. But now when you look at the center part, that's where team number 9 and team number 6 are, and they're looking to take a kick very soon on into this fight. You already see them onto your side screens now, and that's going to be where we actually see them collect the loot. For now, of course, onto your screens, you do see RE there. They did win one booyah for themselves, looking to make another one before we close the second qualifiers. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, sitting at home, if of course there's a team you're supporting, go ahead, hashtag any summit and let us know which team are you looking forward to see get that booyah at the end of the day. And of course, if you're looking to take part in the qualifiers, registrations are still open for qualifier 3 and qualifier number 4. So you can definitely go ahead and register. For now, Rec there onto your screen from team number 6. Respect. Looking to get that booyah. Can they really do it once again?
Well. I mean, they need those booyahs, right? Everyone needs those booyahs because obviously that's an additional point that you get. Those are some additional points. Obviously, with the kill points, it always gets added up. And in less than 1 minute 30 seconds, we'll be seeing the first zone being called up, and the players will have to move towards that first circle, as we'll be seeing and everything. But right now, you can see team number 6, team number 9 pretty close to each other, team number 1 and 3. All right, so this will be a fight. This will be a fight that will be happening. I mean, Apuri, they are team number 3, and they're looking good. But City Hunters, they want to hunt him down, and they want this fight. Right now, it's a pretty good save by the players, but right now the spotting has been there, and they are dishing out damage back and forth, but first aids need to be used, otherwise Ichiko might just go down.
Absolutely. She got a little bit of trouble there. Arrow standing at the nick of point. He wasn't trying to take down Born to Die. Born to Die, meanwhile, I must say this player has definitely stood out for me in all the 3 matchups. And even though most of his team has died most of the time, he's always stayed alive and pushed till the very end whenever possible. So he's looking to maybe convert this time around, but only time will tell if he's able to do so. Meanwhile, team number 3 now just scouting around. They could get the skill here on Born to Die. He's playing a little out of comfort, just making sure that the rest of his team can get that easy loot off and maybe then make that right rotation. But meanwhile, they are on marble work, a place which is not too safe at any given point of time. Beautiful cover coming in there. But team 3 now, knowing that they don't want to take this fight against team 1, they could be heading out of the zone and maybe heading into the other side, where of course they still have team number 7 waiting to start doing something. Now, ITIL, I must say this team also doing very well for themselves, looking to maybe still get their second weapon on the board before they start getting their first kills on the line.
I mean, obviously, you need to initialize anything, just starting off the fights and of the kills and whatnot. So you need to just start off with everything. And City Hunter, so last game I would say was decent. This team was in top 4 and whatnot, but this game again, a different map, different opportunities, different openings in different areas where you can just go on with everything. All right, so this circle is quite a tricky one, if I'll say. Circle might go to Brasilia, might go to Golf Course, might go to Fire Brigade, might go to Central. You never know. Next zone is going to be between Golf Course and Central, so players will have to move, and they'll have to move fast. I mean, if anyone was looking at the circle, Golf Course and Central are going to be 2 important areas right now. You have to stay in on that bridge, probably in between.
I mean, this is interesting because about 30% of the circle is just water.
Yeah.
And that means that if there are too many teams that enter this circle at the same time, it's going to get really compact. And that's going to lead to a lot of fast fights between them. So they need to be really attentive if they want to really enter the circle. In my opinion, they should start entering the circle much earlier on and get the right placement. We saw team number 1 do it in the previous matchup, and it definitely worked in their favor throughout. But for now, of course, onto your screens, you see team 5 and team number 8. Now, Axom from Clutch, always getting the scout onto the rest of the teams, converting those kind of pushes for themselves. See, mostly the team leader here for team number 8. Meanwhile, Dan, he's there very close to Axom. There are a few shots, I think, where he is taking a little bit of damage, but they're going to be moving forward. They realize that they need to get the right positioning. And when you look at the way these 2 teams are placed, they are on the lower end of it. So that height advantage that we see team number 5 have, they can definitely use it in their favor. Meanwhile, Azok, now this player, he was exceptional yet again the previous matchup, getting 4 to 5 kills in his name. The only player actually from his team that did really, really well. Looking to convert even today. But ITIL, of course, getting a few shots there on team number 3. Arrow sending them back. The trade is real here. Team number 7 all into the cover. But team 3, they are into a house. So they are on a safer cover here. Coming to pop out just to make sure they can drop a bomb there. But meanwhile, another few shots getting sent out from there.
I mean, Jer is trying. He's just trying if he can, just go to the backlines. Yes, he needs to get back to his teammates. Otherwise, that will be a different thing. And now RMB is taking up his area. And RMB is going to be the one who's going to be try and put pressure on the players of team number 3. I mean, that's one thing. But, oh, no. Oh, no. On to the other side is where he got shot at. And this was a perfect bait from team number 1's players that were not in the party, that were uninvited, but they still got the invite somehow, and now they want those kills for themselves. I mean, they are trying. Team number 1, team number 3, team number 7. Each and every team is ready. I mean, only one team might just get out of here alive.
Absolutely, you're so on point there. There could be one winner out of the City Hunters chipping down on every single team. But Team 7, oh my god, they're getting shot at so badly. They got to be a little careful there. RMB taking those frontline shots. Meanwhile, RG, he is going to be at the front line. Ichigo turning around. He wants to take this fight for themselves. Team 7 now, they have their players alive, but are they going to be alive for long enough? Team 1 rotating in yet again. Team 3 knowing that they don't want this anymore. They're just going to get out of there. But Born to Die, sending out those shots again and again. Jar sending them back. Born to Die getting a shot onto himself now. He needs to be a little careful. Ichigo getting that aim done. They could take this fight for themselves. It's a 4v4 battle over here. Mao, meanwhile, he has moved forward. Jar and the team into that one particular building, looking to see if we see Team 1 make that rotation. But City Hunters, knowing them, they're not going to let it go. They are hunters, and they're going to hunt till the very, very end. Ichigo going to just run into that other building, joining his partner over there. But RP, meanwhile, he's got a few shots on him. He's going to be the first one to fall there. Deathstroke closing it in style with that first blood. But now Team 2, they've heard the shots, and they want to come in too.
They want to come, and I mean, they have heard everything. They know that the fight's happening right next to them. And Team 2, they're ready for the fight. But look at this. God's players, they're also looking pretty good. But Jer is trying to take down the players onto the other side of team number 1. But can they do it? I mean, they've had one booyah, and that was in Purgatory. Can they just do it again? I mean, if they can, that will be one of the most amazing things. If they can just pull off another miracle just out in the same map.
Absolutely, they could be the Purgatory Kings. For now, Ichigo getting shot on yet again, but Team 2, they're getting shot at too. Team 7, the rotations, I must say, they're doing really well. Very patient gameplay coming out from them. It's limited person, Jerk, again giving 2 shots on the Born to Die. He's limited trouble. That cover not going to be lasting for too long. Born to Die going to behind the tree now just to keep himself safe, but Team number 7, they want to take him down. Not going to be able to succeed for now. Meanwhile, Team 2, they have rotated across Team number 1. So it's a back and forth there for Team number 1. And they need to survive this as long as possible. Meanwhile, Jara, he's getting shot out. He could be the next one to fall here. Nayan, meanwhile, he's going to be getting a kill for himself and moving forward in that kill sheet.
I mean, he has to move forward, right? Somehow or the other, you need to go for those skill points. Because eventually, if you're taking the kills, you're taking down your opponents. And eventually, you're taking those placement points as well away from them. And you are adding them for them. But meanwhile, Team number 8, look at this. They are in a lot of trouble right now as they have to move in, move out as well. Blue Jeans as well. Zone's doing enough onto the other side as they have to get inside the circle. But they cannot right now. And that's where Zone's just going to take them down. And look at this. Now, Golf Course and Central are going to be 2 most important areas for the next zone to form. And I don't see any team around Central. So, I mean, that's in for contestation. The team wants to go there. And look at this again. Golf Course and Central. 2 of the most important areas where players should be.
Absolutely, you were right. The circle completely on the center and Golf Course for now. So we could see a little bit more compact gameplay coming out here from the teams. But meanwhile, Nayan, I must say, he's a little bit of trouble after doing all that. But now onto your screens, team number 2, Side Army. Now this team, as a matter of fact, they were on that top leaderboard for the scores they got in the previous matchup. But this time around, can they really convert that? They've got 4 kills for the name, 3 in the favor of Deathstroke. And now he's moving forward. They see team number 7 over there with that kill lead. They, of course, have that slight advantage to move forward. RMB, meanwhile, he wants that kill lead for himself. No kills as of now. Itil getting a few more shots there, chipping down on RMB, bringing him down there. RMB, maybe the next one to fall here from the team. They've already lost Jara. Can they really afford to lose one more? Meanwhile, a lot of the backlines, our team too, are getting shot at pretty hard, but I don't think they really want to leave the zone. Deathstroke in the front lines. He could get another kill for himself, but it's all about the patience. Meanwhile, Respect, meanwhile, getting that kill on the Nayan and taking him down, but Jer still in the front lines. He wants to try this out, but meanwhile, his other teammate just going to go scout out and see what else is around the map.
We'll have to swim, and the other teammate is just moving away from all the areas. Onto the other side, you can see Born to Die, as well as he's a solo survivor from City Hunters. He has to get in. He has to get in, but no. There's team number 4. Wherever he's going, that's where team number 4 is. He might be onto the wrong sides. He might be in a lot of trouble. He might just get eliminated. He spots them. He comes back right now. He has to sit out here because he's just hoping that they did not see him. Look at this. He has spotted all of them. He knows that the players are out there. He knows what he has to do. If he gets the right movement, he might just get one kill for his own self, for his team. He should not be the one going down the 9th position. He wants to do a 1v4, but can he or can he not? He chooses. So far, he chooses not to.
I mean, this is really scary when you're like the only person remaining from your team and you see a whole squad in front of you. It comes to whether you really want to take that risk so early on into this game. He should be mostly trying to get to those top 4 at least. But like I mentioned, the fact, when I look at this team, it's always Born to Die who's really stood out. He is very patient as a player. He makes sure his rotations are on mark here. And he's just going to rotate in yet again into the circle, find a safe zone for himself. And he's going to just climb up and sit down. A nice scouting area from him from all the 3 sides. But meanwhile, he has 3 teams circling onto him. Team number 5, team number 2 coming in. They know they can find him if they look hard enough, but are they going to? That is the question.
Yeah, that's the most important question as we just talk about this one. But slowly and steadily, things are going to be just going bad or going good. We'll have to see how it just comes down onto everything. Look at this. Players are going down. 26 players alive. We just started off with a perfect number, and now everything's just going down. Everything's going haywire. But team number 2, I think this might be Deathstroke's game. I mean, this might be that team's game, team number 2, as they are looking they're blazing heat with the gameplay.
Absolutely. And Team 1, I mean, Born to Die, he has given out his location, so you could see the rotations onto him very soon. Deathstroke, he knows that could be happening. John, of course, right behind him to make sure that they cover team number 1 really well before they take this on. Born to Die getting shot out there by 3 players almost, and going to be the next one to fall. I do feel he could have survived long there, but not going to be enough. Another quick kill there for team 2, leading that kill scorecard. But meanwhile, team number 4, Kings from the previous blue are looking to do the same thing now. They see team number 9 over there. Few shots getting displayed onto your screens now. And we look at the way the circle's closing. Team 5 and team 2 far from home. Team 9 right in the center of everything. But team 3 closing in now. Shots getting fired yet again. Team 9 looking to convert. Can they convert now? There are a few players alive. And meanwhile, team 4 they're getting shot at too. This could be havoc very soon.
Well, that's totally true. And now it all just comes down to how the team's fully moving in. Team number 9 is looking pretty good inside the circle, and they are doing everything to defend that circle for themselves. I mean, look at this. They if they see the walls onto that area, they are looking for the fights and everything. Double kills is coming up for the players out here, and we can see Legend to Slay's MRH has 2 for the bank, 2 for the team.
Legend to Slay, we've seen this name pop up on our screen so many times, but they've just not been able to be good enough to go all the way and get that booyah. This time around, they're not playing the same way. They know they're in a great position over here, and they want to keep that for themselves. They're going to be sending out a few shots there. Marech wants another kill for himself. He sees the rotations coming in there from 4-2, but for now, they can just be here. I mean, they don't need to move much. It's one of the best positions to really be. Meanwhile, Team 2 now, they are rotating in. All 4 of them alive and kicking. And meanwhile, Team 4 now, if they really give out a few more options, that could be devastating. Few more shots coming in, but MRH not able to make a connect. Finally, he does onto Elf, and he's going to be the next one to fall. Sending out a few more there into the same area. The circle is closing, pressure is building, and Pablo, he gets another one for himself.
Gets another one for himself, for his own kill number, and the guy is actually raining fire right now. But the most important thing is team number 4 is pretty close to him. Team number 2 as well on to the other side. Team number 3, I mean, he has to see what he can do. But look at the circle; it just shifts. It shifts onto the other side, and that's where team number 6, look at this. Team number 6 is running inside the zone because, they just have a minute of the area for themselves. I mean, this is looking like a different fight. You might have to just swim to win.
I mean, that's like something I was not expecting. It's like almost 80% of the sea, and meanwhile, nobody really wants to get there. I think they would really complete this match because they will need to enter the final circle. That would be the only way they could really work this out. Team 9, meanwhile, now they'd be a quadra kill coming in there. Meanwhile, Team 3 now, they are on the height. They could take a few shots here. He's going to get an MRH, taking out Ansar next. And meanwhile, Team 9 now, they have to get back into the circle. They're a little far out. That means they need to get off. Meanwhile, Arrow now, sole survivor there from team number 3, getting those few shots over to RMB. Maybe if they could just have a solo between them, this could be quite important for one of the teams. Meanwhile, onto the other side now, team 4 and team 9. They seem to be the only ones. But Arrow getting shot down yet again. MRH, beautiful positioning coming out from him, being able to convert Legend to Slays, all 4 players alive and chipping down to every single side they can see. Team 7, desperate to make this rotation, are going to be entering in. Team 4, Ben, in a little bit of trouble. Going to survive, but he's very far out of the circle. That means he needs to get out. And MRH debating over there with Justin, just to make sure that whenever he makes this move, he's going to be the next one to fall.
He has aced himself. Look at this. This individual has 7 kills, 11 for the team. But now movement is going to be a crucial task. I mean, you have to move in from the water lines. They have had 11 kills, but no. Players are going down. Team number 6 is looking good with everything. But look at this. Team number 8, they are still surviving good. Water lines is where the circle is right now. How can you swim to that distance? MRH. Final breathes is what MRH is doing. He has final breath for his own still, but will he be taken down? I mean, the answer might just come up as yes, as he goes down as well. Shut down. 8 kills for Respect. And this might be another booyah for Team Respect. Assam United, 1 final player surviving. Circle's not in his favor. A 1 versus 4. Another one might be in the hands of Respect.
I mean, all these players will be scratching their heads right now. The fact that the circle was in the water is such an odd place for it to be. And in the end, Respect, they're looking to get their second booyah. There's another 20 points, a huge point onto their name. Axom trying his level best here. He's so out of the circle, finally going to make his way through, but it's not going to be enough. Respect's seen him, and they're going to chip down onto him really, really fast. What a quick game coming out here. And Ocean, you did say you wanted to see a quick game. Look what happened. Now it was in the ocean.
I don't know. I'm still saying, I should stop saying things because when I say that happens with the circle as well as we were predicting and with everything. But the most important thing is Respect back to back. This will surely put Respect on the top spot. I mean, they have what, 9 kills? Good points.
Yeah, I think they're 9 skills and their second booyah. And I think both of them are in Purgatory. They could become Purgatory Kings very soon at the rate they're going.
That's so true, and they have been doing decent. I mean, talking about dishing out damage, talking about the proper area. When the circle just shifted towards the right, they were the first team to just barge in, take that central sweet spot, and from there they took down MRH and his teammates. I mean, that was one team that needed to be shut down, and they did it perfectly.
Absolutely. A lot of respect going out for that team and all the other qualifying teams. They're going to be having their eyes onto Respect now. They know they're going to be meeting them in the finals mostly, and that's a place where actually the battle begins. But ladies and gentlemen, you have a winner for match number 4, but we're not done yet. We still have one more map. Can Respect really come back and take a third booyah? It's of course going to be told in time. But apart from that, I think there were a lot of other teams that did really well. Legends of Slays, I think they could have done it. They had great positioning. Their teams, they were much higher in numbers. So they were 4 when the other teams were 3 and 2. But somehow they just couldn't do it at that margin. And do you think they could have done something different to get that booyah for themselves?
I would say fast rotations might have been a thing, but well, the analysts are always here to talk about this one.
So hopefully they can give us an answer to that. Let's head back to the desk.
It was pretty intense. Again, the intensity is rising. And this man took my can from me.
Okay. That's a blatant accusation, but jokes apart, I'm pretty much sure, I'm pretty much sure that no matter wherever you are throughout the globe, if you need one Red Bull, you will certainly get that. And this is the secret mantra for Team Respect. You gotta earn it, and that is what they've been doing. Back to back, 2 booyahs coming right out in Purgatory, and this time around the circle.
Yeah.
I mean, that was brutal. That was brutal.
Yeah, that was brutal. That was brutally insane. That was madness. And well, I mean, why not? 2 Purgatories we have in a day. They need to be pretty intense. And even the last one, I mean, the one before this, we are talking about the circle in this one. I want to talk about the last one as well, because the circle was gone at that point, how the game ended. This time as well, it was, I mean, Purgatory's, the name of the map fits how the game goes.
I would have, at a certain point, I was 85% satisfied.
Yeah.
What I really wanted to see was all these players sipping on their cans, take that jump inside the water, and would have loved to see the action breaking out over there. But it was the boys from Respect that they knew both these teams were having those equal slopes. Both these teams were wide open. It all came down to the walls you put up, and they did take down the other team on the right, on the front. And it was just that one lad from Assam United who was just alive.
Exactly.
He could not do much.
One thing you failed to mention was timing. Timing is always key, right? Walls are going to be put up, but walls do go down as well. And then you need to be ready for the retaliation fire, the cover fire for your teammates. Let's have a look at the standings, because, I mean, Respect did earn the respects and the points that they required right now. 38 points coming to them. But this is what I want to focus on. Legends to slay. They got a lot of kills for themselves. They got 11 kills. 22 kill points, 37 in total. So even though the finish for them was not high enough, they took an exit on the third position in the overall exits in the game. But still, those kill points account for a lot, especially since Assam United, they just managed to get 6 kill points.
Yeah, you know, that's good coming in from Assam United, considering we just have that one last game remaining. They're putting up a valiant effort, though.
I see some interesting things over here. While you've tried and finish your, or in fact my can of Red Bull over there.
Let's not talk about things being finished up. I have a whole fridge.
Yeah, we are failing our task, man. There's still a lot of it left. But West Side Army over here, just 20 points. Italian B, just 12 points from this game. No kills for them. And Shrek Smash, just 4 points in total from this match. So these are the 3 teams that are leading the leaderboard right now. We're going to have the leaderboard in front of us and see how things change. I'm pretty sure West Side Army... Oh! Whoa. All right. I was going to say West Side Army are going to be the one leading the charge, but no. 2 booyahs do account for something. And it is just that 1 point separating these 3 teams.
Of course, you know, now the race is for the top 3, and and for Shrek Smash to really make it the spot in the top 3, what they really have to do is either take down West Side Army or Itilang B and make the spot in, and make sure they also get a booyah or go for a biggie. By biggie, I really mean you need to get something around 10 kills. We'll get you those 20 points, and as long as you shut down your enemy. Because there were a few teams, right? Let's talk about Team Apuri. Regardless of that one booyah that they did get, apart from that, they've been silent.
Exactly. I mean, and it is quite interesting to see the team with a booyah sitting on the 8th position in the overall leaderboard, considering how good they started the day off. Like the very first match on Bermuda, they started off pretty strong. A lot of kills points, a lot of placement points coming in the booyah as well. But after that, they failed to show up. What do you think they need?
You know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
They need what we do have. That's a chilled can of Red Bull. It does not matter if you have the regular one or the no sugar one. Either way, it's gonna get your job done. It's gonna give you that wings that you need to fly. And by fly means get a lot of booyahs.
Exactly. Booyahs are going to be important. I mean, Respect is definitely showcasing us why they are important. 2 Purgatories, both of them, they made sure they had an amazing performance on those. And that is something that's going to help them. But this is going to be the last game. We are going to head into the last game now. 5th match of the day. Finally, the fight is really close. And I think...
It's still wide open, I must say.
If Shrek Smash actually managed to get the booyah for themselves in this one, things could turn around. One team is going to take an exit. Doesn't matter if there is just a 1 point difference.
Absolutely. This is where the 1 point difference. I do not want that to happen. That's disheartening, you know. You put in your best and it all comes down to that 1 point difference that you really could not qualify. But like we mentioned, you always have another time. And this time around, you have 4 times, in fact. So, you know, there's always a second, in fact, rather 4 chances.
Exactly. There are always more chances. There are always more cans of Red Bull for us to finish. We're going to take a very short break, and we're going to see you after this.
Airtel India Esports Talk continues its quest to find best esports athletes. The party has reached Northeast India with the Northeast Esports Summit. 2 new esports titles, Clash of Clans and FreeFire. 4 qualifiers, 1 grand final, prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees, a golden opportunity to rank up on the national leaderboard of India's best esports athletes. Northeast, are you ready? Qualifier 1 registrations from 14th to 26th October. Airtel India Esports Talk continues its quest to find best esports athletes. The party has reached Northeast India with the Northeast Esports Summit. 2 new esports titles, Clash of Clans and FreeFire. 4 qualifiers, 1 grand final, prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees, a golden opportunity to rank up on the national leaderboard of India's best esports athletes. Northeast, are you ready? Qualifier 1 registrations from 14th to 26th October.
Welcome back, Harry. This is qualifier number 2, match number 5, the final game that's going to be on your screen. Of course, it's going to be Bermuda, and the 4 games that have taken place, every single game much better than the other, respective cause as a team taking 2 booyahs for themselves. And finally, I'm here to see actually if they can make that into a hat trick and get those 3 games for themselves. But apart from that, we have other wonderful teams joining us. Ocean, I know we've been part through like all the 4 teams. I've asked you so many times, what are you expecting? This time around, I don't want to ask you because whatever you say comes true for some reason.
I don't want to say anything. I just don't want to jinx it, right? So we'll just get through the game and let's see, what happens in that one, as we are just seeing the path here for the teams and everything. Onto the peak side, there are 2 teams. I mean, there might be an early contestation, but Shipyard is where 2 more teams are going. Rest assured, 1 team on Clock Tower, 1 on Mars Electric, and then Sentosa is where 1 more team is. Observatory Graveyard is going to be with 2 teams as well. So we might just see some early clashes onto the corner sides like Shipyard and maybe Graveyard.
Absolutely. Both aggressive teams there on the north side at Shipyard 3 and 5, always looking to contest each other. Meanwhile, team number 1 there at Sentosa, relaxing. They know that they can come back into the fight much later. Very interesting fights going to be taking place here at Peak, where we have team number 9 and team number 8 pretty close to each other. But first blood already been done and dusted with onto this map. A new kill leader also popping in just 10 seconds into showdown. Meanwhile, at Clock Tower, you do see team number 7 there collecting the required loot. But team 1 now. They do seem in a little bit of trouble. You do see ASAP. I mean, when we saw him perform previously, he had really good scorecards. But this time around, they've already lost 2 players for themselves. There are only 10 teams playing this round. Meanwhile, ITIL looking to convert for themselves. You see Jer, he took a lot of fights last time around. Can he really convert this time? They need this booyah. Hopefully, they'll get it.
We'll have to see, if that happens this time. Because last time, this team as well, they had one booyah for themselves as well. So they might just go for a contestant of a second one for them. But before that happens, team number 5 is something that's like a big trouble right in front of them. And that's where it all just goes down. I mean, if this team goes off with a good momentum, they start off with a good momentum, they might just want to end it up at a good momentum as well. I want to see how it all just goes down. I mean, talking about everything, they are being shot at. And this is where the first shot comes down. Might just be the first blood as well, as RP Hughes is onto the other side and he is barely surviving, and their first blood should be coming in pretty soon.
RP Hughes, I mean, he's had a tough time in these matches, and again, getting a few shots there with Jared, but Jared running up really quickly. They want a good positioning here. They're going to see Team 5 Mao getting shot at, but of course, he's going to share those shots by Ichigo, sending them on a roll here. Team 3, a little bit of trouble. They need to get cover. They found it behind, but Born to Die finally opening the skill card for him, scorecard, and he's going to be taking down RMB in his favor. Meanwhile, Mao, he's angled really well. He could mostly take down Jara if he gets a good opening. Meanwhile, Ichigo, he's just going to make a rotation here super quickly, see if he can find a good opening. But meanwhile, I must say, Ocean, Born to Die. I mean, this player, even in the last matchup, I said he stood out. Only solo player in the rotation. They don't want to lose more players this time around. They've already lost one, and that could be really risky. But Team 3, meanwhile, they're just going to camp on the top of the building, see if they could get a few more shots. Jara in the front lines, just scouting out to see if he can find Ichigo or Mao. They're going to see Jer, Born to Die. He's scoping in onto team number 3, and ITIL, he is rotating back in. They see him moving. He's going to send out another shot there. And now Team 3, they want to make this rotation complete. Jara coming down here very aggressive here from Team 3. This could be really difficult for them to manage. But Jara, meanwhile, holding for the shot. Meanwhile, Born to Die getting that shot onto him, and he's down.
That was a very, very, very good shot. Now he comes down. He can take another one. He can take another one. No, 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 no. He is trying to take down the shots. And another one goes down by that car 98. 2 players taken down. Can he just go for a squad wipe? Another one goes down. 3 players down by a car 98. By Born to Die. I mean, he's born to kill as per se. Not Born to Die. But can he just go for the confirmation? One more just gets up. I mean, a revival just came in. Now first is being popped up to maximum utilization. But what's going to happen? Is he going to take them down again? Because he does not have any other gun. So whatever he does, it needs to be done by this one. He spots another one. Might take one down as well. No, 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 no. Shots were not up to the perfection, but this time they won't be. This time another one goes down. Oh my god. Will he finish it? Will he finish it? Will he finish it? That's a bit of a question right now.
I mean, they're completely stuck into this one particular place, and they can't really move out of there. But revenge is here for Born to Die. I mean, he really has had a hard time, and he wants his revenge. Meanwhile, Ichigo is going to come there to clean up the mess for him. RMB, he can't go anywhere. They need to sit in there. They could even send out a bomb just to complete this. But Ichigo making the rotation, and once he's in there, he could get a few shots. Getting a little aggressive, and could pay for this with his own life. But meanwhile, Mao from the sidelines, he could find the cover for him. But 2 players here from the side of Team 5 getting those rotations. Mao taking down RMB now. 1 player surviving. Make that 0. And Astia from this team, Team 5, now in the kill lead scorecard.
Yeah, as of now, yes, they are in the kill lead scorecard, but look at this double kill just coming out for the players. And on to the other side, let's see how it all ends up as we are just talking. But look at this, where the circle is, where the players actually have to go. Katalitsua becomes an important area, and that's totally empty.
Absolutely, and yeah, we do see that Team 9 and 8 very close to each other. Nayan, he's also had a decent run in this particular qualifier, but still looking to get some more kills for himself. He wants to be part of the Untitled Esports Tour Award. The fact that he's still looking for the top athletes in India puts him at a good place. But Nayan, he's already getting shot on to Axom, his friend, coming to save him if much as possible, get as close as ever. But Team 8, they are trying to take this kill down. They're a little bit of trouble here. And finally, Axom, he is pretty low on health. He needs to be a little careful. On the other side, Team 8 now getting that rotation, looking to complete this for themselves, but going to just quickly get out. They realize they're lower in numbers compared to Team 9, and they don't want to take that risk, but they're going to be shot on yet again, and he is trying to get out of there. He's used the zip line, but is it going to be enough? A complete right point shot is all that Dan needs, but now he's going to be in a little bit of a dangerous area, needs to get into the circle now, and Team 9, I think they're doing fine. Assam United could make it to the top 4.
They could make it to the top 4 as per say and as per everything. But then the major thing that comes down is, if you're talking about this one, look at this. Players are moving, teams are moving, everyone's moving inside the circle, but team number 9, I mean, they can backstab team number 4 and can get those 4 good kills. And they have started this, they have started this, they have started this. They are looking on good with the sprays. One goes down, one finished up. I mean, the circle's a bad influence on quite a few players. I would just say this.
I mean, I just spoke about how they could make it a top 4, and now you just already see them getting knocked out in front of you. Cape Town, not the best place there for team number 9. Meanwhile, team 4, they're taking full privilege of this area. Itel looking to convert yet again, running a little low on health here, but could be able to take down team 9 and still be secure into the circle zone. A few more shots getting dealt there onto team number 9. There are only 3 players alive, and that's going to be expensive here. But meanwhile, onto the side, another 3 shots onto them. Dan needs to get out of there. It's going to be double kill there in one of the players' favors. Meanwhile, team 4, they realized, I think they're done and dusted. They should get out. They're pretty far out of the circle, and that could be risky because the circle is far, far away from home for them. And now, Itil, they need to get back. They are far from comfort. And, just taking the risk of taking down another team could lead to you not having good position while entering the circle. That could lead for your own downfall.
Yeah, that's totally true. That's totally true. But look at this airdrop having an AWM. I mean, this gun, if you're using it to its perfection, one shot and you are done. So I want to see, how the players just go for it. And this is onto the side of factory. So I want to see how the players just get it out there. Plus, there's another drop just dropping in. So players will have to move on to that area as well. 9 teams surviving, 28 players alive. And look at this. Han is having an MP40 and a bike as well. Good movement, good rotation. And if you're outside the circle, you definitely need one of those.
I mean, Assam United, they've lost 3 of their players. Dan being the only one holding that flag for them. And he needs to survive. I mean, they've got 2 kills. He can convert this. But for now, safety is the most important thing. So we're going to see him just travel in peace. Meanwhile, team number 9, they need to be careful. There are people waiting for them onto the other side. So he not only has to reach the circle, he also needs to survive through it. Meanwhile, team number 7 now, they are rotating into the danger zone. They want to check out the loot. And you heard the gong coming in there. So that's where's Pablo here, yet on your screens, exceptionally performing in each and every single match. Look at the airdrop. He's going to be having a good time.
That's totally true. That's totally true. And after looting this airdrop, they'll have to move in. But then there's one player who always has a good time. I saw him. All right, out here. And last game was his. Last game was his in one of the most amazing ways. Obviously, could not get that booyah though, but he tried, and he tried good. Looking at the circle now. Circle has to move in onto one of the sides, and just I was saying, Katlitsuva, that becomes an important area. And team number 9's Dhan's moving forward, obviously with the help of that bike that he actually got. But I want to see what team number 7 does, because onto the right side of observatory is where the next circle will be forming. So we'll have to see how the players rotate onto the right side of observatory.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Legends just slay. They always have really great positioning in every single fight that they take place in, but it completely depends on their luck with the circle. So hopefully they will be able to make that rotation. Meanwhile, Team 5 here, they are owning the scorecard, looking to rotate yet again. Assam United, Dan, he has reached the building, but can he survive along? Mao almost scouting him out over there. They could find a skill here. Born to Die. He's been killer this time around in this match, and if he gets this next skill, he's going to be eliminating another squad from this map. Meanwhile, Dan now just getting into the right positioning. Team number 6 now also coming into this matchup. And I feel Dan is taking a lot of risk here, getting really too close to comfort. And he will be scouted almost here from team number 5. And team 5, as many kills as they get, oh, they are super happy about that. And they're not going to let this guy go. Ichigo in the front line somehow around the corner. Born to Die, very patient there, waiting to see if he can see Dan. But don't they realize that he's so close by and they could just get this one for themselves?
Well, that's true. But right now, Ichigo has to spot a few players for his own sort. Each and every kill counts. And City Hunters, they have lost 1 player, but they got 4 kills. And that 1 player lost was the first blood of the match, as we just witnessed that as per that happened. And look at this. All right, so Killer Bush is also out here. No one's going to be using that bush right now, right? Because obviously it gives you a good area just to settle in. But your movement kind of gets criticized. But no, Dan, he might need to use those launchers for his own self. Misses a few shots, but can go for another one. This one might just take one down. No, does a bit of a damage. Ichigo now knows that he has to get in for the fight. Dan goes down, and Assam United gets eliminated.
Born to Die. He's on a roll now. He's taking back all the revenge that he wanted to take from the previous matches. And I think at the end, if we see his scorecard, he's definitely on the top of that leaderboard for the Airtel India Esports Tour Award. Now, of course, we see team number 2 circling onto team number 1. Deathstroke in the front lines, getting shot on pretty bad. ASAP, meanwhile, he is returning the damage. But now, of course, with team 2 knowing that team 1 is there, they want the kill and they're going to get it. Meanwhile, you see King, he's coming in from the sidelines also. Azok on the top line, waiting for the momentum to be set. ASAP a little low on health, going to just heal up super quickly. But John Carr, meanwhile, circling every corner. Team 2 getting shot out down there by ASAP. He wants another kill and he's looking to get it. But can he really? Because when we look at the numbers, it's 2 versus 4. And that's not one of the best zones you want to be in. Meanwhile, on the back line, now Deathstroke just going to move into the secondary building. King going to just refill, but the shot's still going fired from the side of Team 1.
It is. It is obviously, being fired out here. So we'll have to see as the players might be just spotting each another one, like team number 5 and team number 1 and team number 2. Sorry. So they are looking pretty decent. But team number 2, they are doing good as they are just moving on to the back lines. But team number 1, the circle might just not be their friend, and they'll have to get inside the zone right now. But look at this. Team number 2, they are ready with everything. They have good guns. They have good stuff for themselves, and they might or might not just get those skill points in less than a minute. Next zone will be forming up, and this circle obviously went to the right side of observatory, if I'm not wrong, and onto that area is where the players will have to look onto them. Look at this, yeah, right side of observatory is where the circle is. Team number 4 is at the central borderline for this one.
Itel, great positioning for themselves, and if they do manage to get this booyah, they're going to be in a great start here in qualifier number 2 exactly. But it does feel like we have finished so many matches, and it just feels like these players also are getting tired now as you play every single game. But meanwhile, team 10 now, they are rotating in there. They also see team 1 and team 2 closing in the central part, but best area location there for team 4 and team 7. We're going to see a little bit of trading happening over there. Team 7, they need to be careful now. When you look at the positioning, team 4 definitely has the advantage. They're going to be crossing the bridge now, just in the front lines. Pablo on the side, they're very good at aiming. They could get a few shots. Meanwhile, MRH on position. He sees Itil onto the corners there, but do they want to really take this fight, or do they want to just find a better location to hide? MRH getting shot out there by team 4. Itil Dawn looking to take down another kill. Going to set out a few more shots, not going to be able to connect any, and with that, of course, they are going to be moving forward. Meanwhile, Respect, let's not forget Respect. They're doing pretty fine for themselves, getting 2 kills.
I mean, might be another booyah for them as well. We almost just thought, like, where's that team? And then they just come out of the bottom and they're like, yeah, we are still surviving. We are still here. But look at that CGV. They might just go down. EK99 goes down, and Team Puri with that gets eliminated onto one side. But it's still down to a few speculations, right? Next circle, how is it going to trouble quite a few players that they have to move in? Justin trying to do everything from Let's Display. His last game was almost like we heard their name do amazing things. This time, they have all the players surviving. They might just want to go for the game.
Absolutely. Legend Display is so high. Are they going to be able to do it? King getting a few shots there from Justin. Could be a little bit of trouble. Number 7 moving on the top there. Legends Display is finding the right position. Pablo getting another few shots on a team 2. It's very, very risky there. But Pablo gets shot out there by John Carr. John Carr has to find another way around. Nice cover coming in there from the side of team 7. But meanwhile, rotations there. Team 2 is there. They want to take them down. And one after the other, the shots are fired. And it's risky. It's so risky. But Deathstroke going to be the next one to fall. Justin making the rotation. Ooh. He can take this other kill there, but advantage of height is going to favor Team 7 today.
And they are actually eliminating team, like almost eliminating a team right now. But look at this, observatory is right inside where the circle is. So the players will have to move on to that area. I mean, team number 6 looks like pretty good onto their rotation. I mean, they can rotate to that area pretty easily. We're talking about this one, plus team number 7 as well. So those two teams, I mean, talking about team number 7, they are taking up a fight. But then one of the players is actually moving inside the circle. And that seems like a pretty good thing. Emirates as well is starting his rotation inside the zone right now. But Jean Carr will be taken down as well. And team number 2, I mean, one of the players is surviving, but for how long? That becomes a tricky question, as MP40 was being used to perfection. Justin got another kill for his own self for the team. And talking about this team right now, Side Army, they have 3 kills for them. West Side Army, they have 3 kills for them, but can they just increase the number? Because their own numbers are not in their favor. They just have 1 player surviving.
Absolutely, and the circle now closing in. No team really having all 4 members, I think, apart from Team 6, Team 5 and Team 7, looking to convert this for themselves. Ichigo making a position yet again. Mao, meanwhile, he's going to be moving out from here. Justin sending out a few shots. But look at Team 4. They are so well positioned. They don't want to move, but they need to move now, and they're heading into the center part of the circle. Meanwhile, player number 2 running. He needs to find cover. Meanwhile, on the other side, let's not forget, Respect still here with their covers, sending out the shots if they can, but he is a little out of position, could be shot at, and Respect needs to be careful now. It is a pretty small circle, and they just have 2 players standing. Meanwhile, Team 6, they seem to be the only ones with 3.
They have only 1 with 3, but as of now, once the circle's over, we are going to see pretty huge amount of fights just breaking in, because that's where the circle again is going. Team number 6 is pretty close to the circle right now. Team number 7, they have to get inside the zone right now, but team number 4, they might be in a lot of trouble. But still, Groza in the hands of Boss. He needs to be the final boss in this one if he needs to survive, and he has to spot a few players, and he is trying to spot players, and that is going to be team number 10. But look at this. Again, damage being dished out onto them, and that is where team number 10 might be in a lot of trouble. But Boss, he still has to move in. Otherwise, the zone is going to be doing a lot of damage. He has put up a wall all for his own self, but that is where one team goes down. Respect gets eliminated. We might be in for a new Booyah team. Don gets eliminated as well. He's moving up pretty good for his own self, but team number 6 is right next to him.
Absolutely. And now, of course, Team 6 feeling fully in control of this particular matchup. Time and time again, they've tried to make it all the way. One-man army looking to close this Booyah for themselves in game number 5. IT Boss, very far from comfort. Going to be shot there by Ansar. Meanwhile, onto the backlines now. Their kill leader turning to be one-man army. They did it once. Can they do it again? Ace here onto Legends to say it. Then they would just do it. They're going to be shooting really hard here. RJ a little bit of trouble. Meanwhile, Team 4 now closing in. They could convert this if they could. Not going to be enough. And finally, it's going to be RJ on the top. Finally, one-man army. We saw this name pop out so many times, but it just wasn't enough. And finally, in game number 5, they proved their worth.
I mean, it was one-man Booyah. Now it was four-man Booyah by one-man army, if I have to talk about this one. And this game was incredible, obviously, with a very fast start, because just as the game started, we saw the first blood just coming out, their new kill leader being formed out. But then the rotations, those areas where the rotation was happening, some teams, some players were caught down, but it all went down to one-man army. I mean, they did everything. Plus, elimination of Respect kind of just gave us the hint that we'll be getting a new Booyah in this one, and that's where One Man Army, they just took that opportunity in their own hands.
Absolutely. So we did find one team that won 2 Booyahs today. Apart from that, every single team has worked really hard to get there. But the match we saw at the game number 1, where, we saw, I forgot the team's name. They did really well in game number 1. They got that Booyah from results. After that, we did see them starting to fall down as they went into match 2, match 3, match 4, and match 5. So hopefully they go back to the drawing board and they're able to get some more points for themselves. But congratulations to all the teams that have won today. Exceptional performances coming out here in Qualifier 2. And Ocean, I must say, it's just Qualifier 2. We still have 3 and 4, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope you tune in for that. But for now, let's head back to the desk.
Thank you so very much, Ocean and Angela. Indeed, what wonderful turnover wins this has been. Each and every team, I would say, has stepped up when it comes to Qualifier 2. And of course, Qualifier 3 and 4 still remain. But indeed, talking about the teams, which team would you want to point out first things first?
This time around, one-man army, of course. Throughout the day, they were, very close, but yet so far.
True.
So finally ending things day on a good note, getting that Booyah. And every single time they used to, they lived up to the name. Every single time they used to have just that one player surviving. But this time it was the entire horde. It was the entire squad that lived and did manage to get that. But huge up towards Itilang, the way they have been playing right from the get-go, right from the start. Both the teams, in fact. But it was the second team, the Itilang B, that really came out on top, that really overshined everybody. I'm pretty sure once the leaderboard comes in, we'll get a slight idea, in fact, a complete picture as to which are those 3 teams going to qualify. But if you have to break down the final circle, Itilang was kind of trying to get in. They were building up those walls, but they were just not enough. One-man army already was inside the circle. All they had to do was just fend off the enemies that really came on their face, and it all came down to utilities. In battle royales, when you are in the open, you have to get inside. You need to make sure, in the case of FreeFire, you need to make sure you have got those walls coming in for you. The more defense you have, the more entry you can make it. Build up a wall, then stay behind, spot someone down, get a knock, and then just keep pushing. If someone spots you down, build yet another wall.
Absolutely. I mean, that certainly is going to be the way to push on forth. You need to be able to have your defenses set up before you can go aggressive. But then, yes, as you go aggressive, you still need to have that defense wall set up for yourself.
Yeah.
And that is something that, I mean, again, though, talking about the way the kill department was taken care of by Itlang B, I hope the pronunciation is right there. Incredible turnover wins, but eventually the storyboard is going to tell a different story. So let's have a look at the standing and find out how have these teams fared for the day.
There you go. One-man army finally managing to get those 5 kills and 30 points. I mean, that's really good considering how they've been going. And Yatilang, well, they've been consistent. That's something that we can really conclude. But City Hunters, this is a new team that has stepped up, and they've stepped up late. But you know, like you already mentioned, Lakshay, there's always another time. There's always another qualifier coming up. But that's also limited till 4th. So now we've been done with 2. We have more 2 remaining. But Legend to Slays, they've been having a good day throughout, you know, making themselves place up in those top 3, still having those good enough points. Same can be said for West Side Army, and respect. They have done majority of the job. But the teams that really could not perform today definitely has to be Team Bads. Then we had Team Apuri, despite the fact that they got that one booyah. But you know, sadly, they just could not keep up the momentum rolling. They did run out of their Red Bulls.
They certainly did. The energy certainly was not in their favor, because if you start off and they were looking really strong right off the bat, game number 1, we saw Team Apuri bring in 6 kills along with the booyah for themselves, but right across there was once again Italang B. And this team, again and again, I do believe this team is going to be showcasing that wonderful domination, basically, when you talk about the storyboard. But yes, with that, let's have a look at the final leaderboard and quickly find out what are the teams moving on forth.
Okay.
Had to be.
This has to end.
I had to be.
You know why? 2 points. Last time it was just that 1 point. This
Yep.
time it's 2 point. You gotta feel bad for one-man army. Had they had that 1 extra kill, in fact, 2 more to just be on the safer side, because Respect didn't manage to have more kills out there, and just shy of those 2 points, they sadly won't be making it towards the finals. And well, like we have mentioned, timeless teams. You know, there's always another chance.
There certainly always is, but right now, looking at this board, we can clearly mention that yes, it's Lang B, West Side, Respect, One Man Army, Legend to Slay, and Shrek Smash. The first part of the leaderboard. All of them very, very close in terms of the points, but eventually, of course, that's how the story goes. Only the top 3 move on forth, but nevertheless, as so beautifully has been mentioned throughout the cast, this is just Qualifier 2. There's still Qualifier 3 and 4 remaining, so you sitting back at home, if at all you've got any questions, hashtag any, let us know what your thoughts have been. Let us know if at all you think that you can take on teams like One Man Army, teams like, well, West Side. There is just so many opportunities remaining, along with the massive prize pool, and, oh boy, talk about Airtel India Esports Store.
Yeah, of course, you know, one-of-a-kind venture between Nodwin Gaming and Airtel India in pursuit to find the best esports, you know, players in throughout the country, and not just that, also to commemorate them, to award them with the prestigious Airtel India Esports Store Award after the end of the entire year. With the things really building up, you know, you've got so many amazing teams. Talk about Scotland of the East, Bongai Gaon, and now we also have all these teams, you know, Team Respect really managing. Then we have Itelang. The way all these are being playing, I'm really stoked up for the finals. I'm really excited to see once it gets started what is going to happen.
So very true. So very true. With that, of course, another question that I'm going to face is, of course, Qualifier 3 and 4 still remain. But amongst these teams, I guess you did not dose yourself up with the Red Bull, you know, because it's very important to keep yourselves energized. Do not take this downfall as a defeat. Qualifier 3, Qualifier 4 still remain. You could very well come back stronger, but yeah, do not forget that this Red Bull is certainly going to be giving you wings. So with that, we're going to end the show. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Until next time, take care.
Airtel India Esports Talk continues its quest to find best esports athletes. The party has reached Northeast India with the Northeast Esports Summit. 2 new esports titles, Clash of Clans and FreeFire, 4 qualifiers, 1 grand final, prize pool of 3.5 lakh rupees, a golden opportunity to rank up on the national leaderboard of India's best esports athletes. Northeast, are you ready? Qualifier 1 registrations from 14th to 26th October.